can you hear the music? I'm asking asking Highest, can you hear the music? Asking for a friend. Okay. Oh, there we go. That's guys. Hold on. I'm about to put you guys live. Is the echo gone? Is the echo gone? Okay, yeah, it's gone. Okay, you guys are live. Hello, everybody. Okay, so here's the conversation that we need to start off with first. It's very, very important. Also, hi, welcome to Anime and Stuff, that show where we talk about anime and stuff. But the tagline is not that, even though it should be probably if we were doing this professionally. The tagline is that pants are optional. What classifies as pants? Because you fuckers made me put pants on. I'm wearing jeans right now, and I'm very upset about this.
Hey there, Gamma.
This is the tone. This is the tone for how the show is going to start, and the possible tone for how it's going to move in the future is.
Just wait until I put this on SoundCloud.
Yes. Also, I do plan for us to get like interviews and stuff. So here's the thing, guys. If you like anime and stuff, make sure to go and, if you're liking the show that we do, obviously comments and live chat, those are very appreciated. But a thumbs up definitely helps out. Also, just spreading the word, getting more and more people here. Essentially what we're trying to do is just talk about all sorts of nerdy topics that we want to talk about and share. Not all of us are aware of what the others is necessarily bringing to the table. As far as like what the discussion's going to be about, we have a general idea of the topic, but we're going to talk with each other, we're going to share our opinions, and we hope that you do the same. That's why we're doing it as a live show. Now, guys, this is something new that I haven't done. Technically, I've used Google Hangouts on podcasts before, but I've never like done an OBS live stream kind of thing. And so if things were a little janky, it's because I'm learning. I'm learning. All right, but
it's okay. We can all learn. But yeah. I think we're here for the real debate on what classifies as pants.
What are pants? What are pants? These are the important discussions. Pants are stuff covering the calf and shit. Do shorts count as pants, or are they not pants? I say that anything that is not underwear is technically pants.
So then that would classify like.
Look, I want to walk around in my house in my underwear.
Okay, let's talk about what are pants.
I would say jeans.
Webster says pants are trousers or underpants.
Okay, I'm going on the Fat Dog Discord to propose this to the general chat. Everyone, all right, I'm just at everyone. Yeah, I'm tagging everyone in general chat.
Yeah, okay.
We are having an important discussion.
Someone
on
an
the
image
stream
of pants on screen
about what is pants.
A piece of clothing that covers your body from the waist
to
the ankle and has a separate part for each leg. Literal definition of pants.
Okay. So...
All right, there we go. At everyone, we are having an important discussion on the stream about what is pants. Join us, won't you? Are you at everybody us menu? God damn it! Yes. Yes, I am. This is an important topic.
Assless chaps pants.
Hashtag. You know what? I'm gonna get this hashtag started on Twitter. What is pants?
Okay. So
hashtag what is pants? Important.
Assless chaps. They are considered pants.
Asking for a friend. Oh my god.
Okay. So the real question is then what like, okay, we have the actual term of what pants are. So then trousers would be pants.
I'm outing both of you, by the way.
So then what about stockings?
There we go. I have tagged you both in an important tweet.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Hashtag what is pants? Important. Asking for a friend. Like LatinFireVA felled the VA.
I'm retweeting it.
It's just really good fun, ladies and gentlemen. That's the important.
Okay, boxers count as underwear.
Boxer briefs, which is what I wear, is technically a form of underwear. If it's a form of underwear, then is it pants? Are leggings classified as pants?
Okay,
because because it is separate clothing that you do wear.
Yeah.
All right, here's the important part. Are leggings underwear or are they not underwear? Do they classify as pants? I believe believe that length was also important according to pants. Like if it's longer than shorts.
Leggings are a type of pants. They're
God damn it! So I had to wear pants.
Okay, they are tight-fitting stretch pants, typically worn by women or girls. Protective coverings for the legs. So yes, they are pants.
Okay.
God damn it! God damn it! You know. At some point in time, this conversation is gonna get so horrible, and there's gonna be a bet made. And I swear to God, one day at AWA, I'm gonna have to be walking around with a dance belt because I have to wear yoga pants. I feel like this is some kind of bet that the two of you would make.
No, I know this. I know what Rognig's saying. In England, pants is a term used to describe underwear.
Pants. That's because because everything that we would classify as pants are trousers over there.
Underpants, pants. Yeah.
Just assume that we're talking about trousers when we say pants.
Jeggings are pants.
Welcome to Anime and Stuff, where we still have not talked about anything anime and stuff. Oh man, I want to plug the hell out of that. I'll be like #what are pants. Asking the real questions here, ladies and gentlemen.
God damn it.
Also, can you see your own comments pretty well in the comment bar now? Because we're only using YouTube, I think we're able to expand the comment bar up enough.
It still looks very small.
Well, if you're not, okay, if you full screen it, or you have it, or if you're actually able to watch, because I have to watch it on the actual channel, the live events channel.
Yeah.
Unsupported resolution for latency configuration. Oh, is that what it's saying? It's saying I need to change the
jackers
resolution.
And sweaters are not pants. Those are shirts.
Yeah. Jackets and sweaters are.
We're talking about
upper.
the stuff that covers lower half.
Sweater yams, baby. Sweater yams, baby. Oh, what about fishnet stockings? Are those considered pants?
Stockings are
I think stockings are stockings. Yeah, that's the important part.
Stockings. They are not pants. Because
stockings,
the definition of
stockings are stockings, but stockings are not stockings.
Ah.
Yes.
Jackets can be pants. No. Jackets are upper body, therefore they are not pants.
Wait. What about onesies?
Onesies are onesies.
Onesies are onesies. They're one piece. And
I'm just waiting for Luffy to wear a onesie and bring it all together.
I'm talking like long johns. Do they consider that as underwear because you wear that technically under stuff?
Long johns I would technically classify as a type of pajama.
Technically, yes.
Yeah, I would technically classify those as a type of pajama. Asking the real hard-hitting questions on this show.
Yeah.
I just mentioned One Piece. Anime mentioned. Moving on. Nope.
We're talking about asses, chat, stockings, jeggings, and everything that's not anime.
Look. We told you anime and stuff. Clothing counts as stuff. What are PJ pants? They're pants. They're in the name. They're pants.
Yeah, because most of the time they're kind of sweat.
To tell you the truth, Juan, PJ pants are fucking comfortable. That's what they are.
Okay. All right.
So what are we actually going to?
Yeah. All right. To actually move on to the topic at hand. Let's go ahead and do this. So starting off, I have a slideshow that we're going to be going through. I need to eventually. Yeah. I don't know what those hotkeys. I need to figure out what the hotkeys are for these. But aspect ratio size is gonna be kind of difficult. I'm sorry, but yeah, I don't know what the. Okay, so okay, so I'm hoping I can go ahead.
Thank you for the super chat.
Oh, $2! Thank you for the super chat. What about edible underwear? It's still underwear.
It's underwear, yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so guys.
Underwear. Okay, so the definition of underwear is not pants. Underwear covers your crotch area, but does not extend down to the leg.
Screw it. Let's just all be naked as God intended.
No. Not now.
I won't feel so bad about my tiny penis when I realize everybody else has one.
Okay.
A
very awkward conversation to start, but let's get to the actual topic.
Also, I just want to say really, really quickly to a fat dog themselves, happy birthday to Walker Hembry, who, as of episode 6, will be playing the role of. Oh, pardon me. Will be playing the role of technically, Eva, your boyfriend, Krusty, as of episode 6. So happy birthday to you, Walker. Many happy returns. All right, so moving on from that, guys. Holy shit! Critical Role just finished. As you can see, their freaking Kickstarter, and it ended at a whopping $11.3 million raised.
Yep.
Over
Jesus
what, a
Christ.
45-day period? Was it a 30 or a 45 day?
Yeah, no.
8,880.
I was watching it. I was watching it in the last 5 hours, right? And it was at 10 million and like 10,800,000 and then 10,000,009. And I was like, they're gonna hit 11 mil before this is over. And then they hit 11 mil with 4 hours still to go. And I was
Didn't
like,
they also have like a special stream?
yeah,
as this was going on?
yeah, they did.
They
They did.
Yeah.
Well, the last day was on a Thursday, so technically that's the day Critical Role happens. So yes, they had a stream. Happy birthday, person I don't know how to spell your name. Walker. His name is Walker. Spelled pretty easily, Walker.
So
let's go run around naked. Juan, I don't think that's
someone,
okay.
Okay, I gotta say, as someone who has not seen past the second episode of the original Critical Role, I feel like very out of the loop, but at the same time in the loop because I've been following what they do.
Start watching campaign 2.
I know.
Yeah.
I've been trying to get back into it, just actually trying to listen
You
to
have
it
to do
while
it on
I'm on my
YouTube?
drives to work.
Okay, yeah, podcasts,
Yeah.
YouTube.
So
I was
I'm gonna
sad.
catch
I
up.
was
It'll
sad
just
when they
be late.
disappeared. I was sad when the show disappeared from Verve because because Critical Role is its own thing and it's not part of Geek and
Yeah.
Sundry anymore. I
Yeah.
was very very I was very
Yeah,
sad
when it was
about
part
that.
of Geek and Sundry, it was easier to get a hold of
Yeah.
and be able to, stream a lot easier. But now that they're their own thing, I mean, they basically overtook Geek and Sundry
Yeah.
and made themselves bigger that way.
Yeah, they were the face of Geek and Sundry for a long time there.
Why did they leave Geek and Sundry? Did
I don't
anyone
know. I don't know the particulars on that, and I don't want to assume things.
Yeah.
They might have just outgrown Geek and Sundry entirely, which is 100% possible.
Which is, I mean, acceptable. They still have good connections with like Felicia Day and everyone else who does work at Geek and Sundry. So
It doesn't sound like it was a bad.
No,
it wasn't a bad
it did
parting.
not sound like it was a
actually
bad
a
breakup.
beautiful thing.
To break up for a channel, it's a bad breakup.
Bad breakup.
Yeah.
It's a bad
No,
breakup.
no, it was a mutually beneficial breakup.
It was a
Because now,
mutually
Geek and
assured
Sundry-
destruction.
Well, here's the thing: like tabletop gaming for Geek and Sundry has gotten a lot more traction because of as well. So
Oh yeah.
it's not a bad thing that that Crit Role just expanded on the whole tabletop gaming industry.
Well,
No, not at
it
all.
expands more on the D&D world that obviously Matt Mercer has made, and
Yeah.
I see some people are asking, are they starting a new company? No, this was to do animated shorts. It was supposed to be shorts.
It was supposed to be like a
gathered.
2-episode animated special, like 30-minute episodes, and then like blew their expectations. They were just trying to raise $750,000, so
Yep.
you've already got like they've raised 1,000% of what their goal was.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
So yeah, they got on I think their first chat after everything went down was when they were at 3 million, and they were like, "What the fuck?" And they're like, "What the fuck at 3 million?" And then they hit their
Yeah.
final stretch goal, which
Wait,
was
what
8.8
did-
million.
What did no? They hit like what? 1 million within the first half hour.
Yeah, that was
it
crazy.
was ridiculous.
It was
Um,
so ridiculous.
I-
Just trying to hear that, I was like, really? Half an hour, and it's already hit 1 million. That is extraordinary. And
But I
it's
mean,
definitely-
their first like full on official response on Kickstarter was like by the time they'd hit 3 mil. That's the one I
Yeah.
saw, and they were like, "Holy shit!"
yeah,
So the question I have now, is with the extra money and stuff, what are they planning to? Is that just going to be cushion just in case anything goes
No,
wrong?
everything is going
No.
towards production. Everything is going.
Well,
towards
no.
production.
That's what I'm saying. It's extra cushion for the production.
Yeah,
I
that's
take it.
absolutely.
probably.
So
More than likely,
what's
they're gonna have
happening?
the-
Oh,
So
sorry. Go ahead.
sorry. So what they were saying is that they're going to set up a full team, a
Mhm.
writing team, animation team, voiceover crew. They're also going to be doing compositors, like background artists. Like they're going to go full out on this thing.
Mhm.
So they're not going to blow their budget like other companies did on their first seasons. We won't talk about that, but
Oh no,
um,
no, no! It's
no,
too late. What company?
no, 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 no. Let's not
Sorry,
talk about
sorry,
that one.
sorry.
Oh
I am-
no!
Sorry,
No.
sorry. I'm allergic to
Just like-
certain animation studios at the moment.
Yeah.
Um,
Yes. So I'm just saying that they actually have not only the resources,
They have the technology.
they have the personnel, they have the technology to do it, they have the animation budget to do it, they have the backing to do it, and they also have a platform that's willing to help them. And
That is-
apparently Netflix is already trying to.
And a shit ton of
We
money
can-
for it too.
Yeah, Netflix is trying to push in so that way they can do it as a Netflix exclusive, which
I
I think is really cool.
but I don't.
They
Here's
have
the thing.
to determine who they're gonna go with.
Here's the thing. I love the fact that they were getting rejected. They could not get anybody to pick them up when they just needed $750,000. Now that they raised $11 million, suddenly everybody wants in. And I'm like,
Oh yeah.
I'm like, suck it. Quit underestimating nerds.
Like a lot of people do.
Yeah.
And guys, we'll be addressing some of the stuff. So Full Blown Studio. So is the company that they're going with Full Blown Studios then?
No, the company
making
that they're
their own,
working
basically.
with. No, the company that they have a company called Titmouse, and they're
Yes,
responsible
that
for
one.
doing a lot of animation for like things like Korra and other shows. So yeah, there's that in there. Essentially, what I think that Netflix and companies like that are trying to do is get in on being the distributor for them, not in. They don't need the money from any other companies. They really don't. They raised 11 mil from fans, for God's sake.
So looking more into the Kickstarter, like I only read a bit of the Kickstarter before when they started getting traction, but 74% going to the animation production portion of this
Oh yeah.
is pretty big. 1% is going to operational, so that's more than likely going to be, all their team in the background, their accounting, their business, their.
And guys, you
pretty
gotta
much all
realize something. They've worked, like, as voice actors, they've worked with a lot of different studios, and so they've made connections with different animation studios. So it's not like they don't know a thing or two about animation studios as voice actors. So they work in LA where it's not all anime dubs, where a lot of the time they're working on stuff before the animation studio has really begun work on it. So they've talked about these things.
Richie, scroll down so that way they can.
I can't
see
scroll
what
down.
we're talking about. You can't scroll down. On
This
that?
is an image. This is an image.
Ah.
Sorry.
It's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
I'm
We'll
not
just,
screen sharing. I'm not screen sharing. I all of these are images that I'm putting up.
Okay.
Guys, if you would, all right, so just note for later, next time, every one of our stories, we need to make sure that whatever links that we're using, I put in the description. So just,
Gotcha.
what's probably going to happen, and I'll do this on stream because it's not that big of a deal, but before the show, we'll probably have 30 or 45 minutes of prep to just get everything set up and ready. That way, when we get on here, people can follow along.
Yeah.
All right. So they had this whole extended goals list, the stretch goals.
Oh, yeah.
And they even had all backers at $20 level, what they're gonna do, like how many minutes of animation. Backers at the 100 level, one shots. They also had, I think, what was the 8.8 million. There was gonna do a one shot where Ashley Johnson was gonna be the GM for one of their series.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. Okay, guys, what I'm gonna do?
Like a one shot within the game.
Okay, if you guys will direct your attention, those of you watching, not you guys, go ahead. I'm gonna have you go ahead in just a moment. But if you would direct your attention towards the, oh Jesus Christ, why is it? Okay, just guys, if you would just automatically put it at like 720 or 1080p, and just don't let YouTube do automatic shit, because when YouTube does automatic shit, it messes things up. But first story, I posted the link in the description. Hopefully it showed up. So I posted the link to our first story, which is the actual Kickstarter campaign.
So the other thing want to bring up, and I actually have been thinking about this just a little bit. Is Matthew Mercer actually going to be the head writer of this? Because this is his, as the GM, this is his story being told. So I'm a little interested.
The thing is he doing it? Are they doing it screenplay wise? Because it might be a different thing. He may be he may be contributing to the story as like an advisor for the story and things like that.
If they're doing a writing team, then of course he's going to have a hand in it. It's still, like Fel said, it's still his story. It's just going to be told from different angles now. And it won't be
really quickly. Sorry to interrupt. I just realized something in the chat, so I wanted to talk about that real quick. Guys, if you have something that you would like us to look into or cover, I'm going to talk to Tony about putting together a channel for anime and stuff where you guys can post stories that you're interested in that you would like to see us cover. So just putting that out there, because guys, I know that you've got stuff that you want us to cover, but we have to do a lot of prep before we start these. So we can't just we're not doing this like we're just now covering this live. We've been working on this for several days. So give us that chance, guys, and that's how we'll do stuff moving forward. So if we don't answer you guys when you're asking, hey, about this thing or that thing, that's kind of the reason why. Sorry about that. Please continue, Eva.
I was gonna say that because he is gonna still be the lead writer, he's gonna be the lead. I mean, it's his story. It's how he put the world. And yes, he may have a writing team, but ultimately it comes down to him, and what he says goes. Yeah, I mean, there's going to be different angles, and just like any other animation show, it's not going to be just one person. It's going to have different angles of following one person's story and then doing a story B, basically, like any other show would.
So then I'm interested if they're going to use the original episodes then as kind of the basis for a lot of this stuff. Obviously, we're not going to hear them roll the dice or anything, but using those reactions as well. I mean, the outcomes from the dice rolls as well. What was I going to say? Jeez. I'm just interested in if when the writers are going to consult the rest of the actors on their characters, especially since like Matthew Mercer, it's their characters. I wonder how much consulting the rest of the crew is going to be getting on that. And then obviously, have they confirmed who the director is in charge of it?
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
They're just still finishing the funding part.
Yeah, they're just now finishing the funding and all that.
So would Matthew Mercer then be like an executive producer then?
He might. This? I mean, I don't know all of that. Again, those are things to ask them directly. So that is a good that is a good question to ask them directly. Like,
I think that would be something.
So maybe that should be an interview. Maybe we should just get the crew on and just be like, so here's all these questions we have for you. Who's directing? Who's doing this? Blah 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 blah. I've only ever talked to Matt Mercer like twice. So I'm sure we have a great rapport. I talked to him twice, and one was just, I wasn't expecting a response. I was like, hey man, your birthday's coming up. And this was before like Critical Role and any of that stuff like had hit my radar. I just knew him as the guy that voiced Leon. I was like, dude, your birthday's coming up. Would you mind if like my neighbor and I recorded a drunk playthrough of Leon's campaign on the hardest difficulty on Resident Evil 6? He replied 5 minutes later with, holy fuck, that would be hilarious. And I'm like, okay, so I guess we're doing this.
So then, do we want to stuff for after the show to talk about?
Yeah, I guess.
I was just seeing if you guys actually knew any more than I did on the whole production side of the stuff. So definitely something we'll look into more.
Definitely.
But speaking of the success of Critical Role, and this is just my opinion, how is this going to affect the rest of tabletop gaming now?
I don't know, man. That's always crazy.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I know that D&D sessions definitely have improved and gotten like a lot of inspiration because of Crit Role, and I know that we've been in campaigns because of it. It's
A
been
lot of
going for the last couple of years.
I mean, shit. Look at the amount of abridged groups that have started playing D&D streams.
Yeah.
I mean, ourselves included with DNPD. And I think a
So-
lot of that, whether they want to admit it or not, I think a lot of that has to do with Critical Role bringing D&D into the mainstream.
Now, the other thing is,
I'm not saying that they're playing because they. I'm not saying they're playing because Critical Role suddenly made it cool. I'm saying that they're streaming it because it became more acceptable, and that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Not to mention, like, I would say that it's also brought in a lot of younger D&D
Absolutely.
players.
It
I know
brought
that
D&D into the mainstream.
Yeah, it did. It did.
it really did.
I have two nephews. I have one that's 10 and one that's 7. They started listening to Critical Role, loved it because they had little animation shorts with them, and they asked, can you help us create our D&D characters?
Agreed.
Asked my family.
Agreed.
I was like, that is cool. It's getting the younger generations into it and making it more acceptable to say I do like D&D, and yes, it's maybe old and long standing, but sometimes older stuff is cool.
Yeah, absolutely.
At the same time, I'm going to flip the coin.
It's no longer the satanic scale that it was on in the 80s.
I'm also going to flip the coin here for a quick sec.
Okay.
Critical Role has also hang on. Critical Role has been great, but it's also made stressful for other DMs. It also has had a negative effect.
Oh yeah,
that
not everybody can be Matt Mercer.
Exactly, like it's putting stress on like players who are expecting to find something like I'm gonna name drop like Adventure Zone or Critical Role, and they're not getting that experience.
Well, here's the other thing. Here's the other thing. There are critiques I have of Matt as a DM. I think he lets his players get away with too much. He's way too lenient on natural ones. So I'm like, guys, even Matt himself says, that's just my play style. You don't have to imitate my play style.
True.
That's absolutely true.
Now, here's another
Matt's a storyteller. He's not so much a DM as he is a storyteller, and he's not as hardcore nitty gritty on the details. But that's actually a positive for me because I've had somebody that was like fucking, that was like all about the details. I was like, and I'm like, God fucking damn it, way to take my enjoyment out of what I was doing, and that's why I stepped. I had a bad DM experience, and I stepped away from D&D for 2 decades.
Yeah, that is understandable. But also, as someone who, like, as one of the groups that came in straight after the whole Critical Role and enjoyed it and started streaming it, burnout is a huge thing.
Oh yeah,
everybody gets burnout. It's not just the DM who has to write this out every week or 2 weeks or month when they have the campaign, but it's also the players. I mean, we all have personal lives, and even you guys see in Crit Role, they try to make it every Thursday, but sometimes life does get in the way. If you
Travis, Ronan, and Laura are all sick today.
Yeah,
the whole Willingham family.
Yeah. Yeah, with them having a kid, it's kind of gonna take priority over playing a D&D game.
Can we just take a moment to appreciate that they rolled a fucking character sheet for their unborn child?
Yeah.
That was how they announced. That was how they announced on Twitter. Was they rolled a fucking character sheet?
They rolled a character sheet,
pooping his pants, and I'm like, God damn it.
Yeah.
I want to be clear, since I probably have played the most tabletop out of everyone here.
You are the more D&D of all of us.
Wait,
I am the more D&D. I've been playing for 2 years, and I almost play 3 games a week.
7 years.
But do you play 3 games a week?
No, but I did play 4. I did 4 at one time, and that was just the most horrible thing ever.
Oh no,
I will only ever do one at a time because I don't know. Burnout.
I was like, guys, I can't do it. I got burned out really quick.
I have so much stuff that I do in the abridging community, whether it's for Fat Dog or for somebody else, that I have so many responsibilities elsewhere. I can only do one D&D campaign. I'm stretched so thin doing all the other stuff I have to do in my life. So like you were saying, burnout is a real thing.
Burnout is a thing. I just haven't hit it yet, but I've been enjoying it.
Mhm.
I got burnt out as being a DM, but being a player has always been refreshing to me because then it
Yeah.
takes a load of stress off.
Yeah.
It's great to be a player again. I will say that when you're DMing almost like 2-3 games, it does burn you the heck out.
I understand that one. I've been on both sides of being a DM and a player, and sometimes trying to do both within the same month, and it just I see
I,
why DMs don't want to always be the DM because yes,
Yeah,
turn out really quickly.
that was my
But
thing with Matt. I was like, that
yeah,
poor
but
guy.
when you're the DM for so long, you're like, I kind of want to get into this, and then when you're saying, oh, let's start another campaign, and you don't want to be the DM anymore, nobody wants to do it because they're
no,
like, oh, we like your story, yeah, but I want to play too.
yeah, no. And then hi there for all the new people joining.
Hi, Danny.
But so it's definitely one of those situations that I think Critical Role has been great, but I also think newer players need to be easier on their DMs, and even Matt Mercer has approached the issue of that on Twitter. It's gotten to a point that it is stretching out a lot of issues, and then like I am the joke is I am the D&D addict here.
You are.
I've been playing it for actually it's been about 4 years. My bad. 4 years I've been playing, and I've been doing 3 to 4 games a week. It doesn't mean they all happen at once. I need to be clear on that. It doesn't mean I get to play them all at once, but but I've done a lot more Pathfinder, which is similar to D&D 3.5. It's
Yeah.
only recently that I started playing 5e after the expansions. I was a little bit of a brat when it came to 5e, so I was like, it's so limiting. What is this bullshit? I could do this and Pathfinder be better. But
There was a lot of that going around. I remember Pathfinder versus 5e shit going on.
Oh yeah, but
I remember that. I remember those days.
It eventually cooled off, and I will say 5e is definitely a more welcoming system to players. Now,
But for those who want that thrill and want the inconsistency, like you don't want to have if you want to have that expect the unexpected style, then the 3.5 I say definitely has that.
uh, yeah, I mean the only issue with 3.5 is that you can easily have the super munchkins, and I will agree with that. If you know the rules in and out for 3.5, damn, good on you, and you can have scary ass builds. I know in one of my games, I have a player who is a munchkin player, but he loves to roleplay, so he's a really enjoyable person. Great player, great friend. Who has a goblin, and this wouldn't be possible in 5e. It's only possible in 3.5 or Pathfinder.
Yeah.
With a goblin with a stealth of 55.
Okay.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. No, it's impossible to. Now one thing is I've been also doing the playtest for Pathfinder 2e. I've been enjoying the more simplistic stuff. There's a few critiques, but that's a different topic for another time on Pathfinder 2e. But I am looking forward to the full release later this year.
Okay.
But with the future of it, so with anime, do you think will start seeing more animation stuff like Critical Role stuff being more successful now because D&D is now mainstream?
I think so. I honestly do. I think that it's going to bring a lot more, and at the same time, it's going to. I think it's like a bubble at this point. Every bubble's gonna burst at some point, and it's gonna go back into obscurity. Maybe not right now, but fads come and go a lot, and D&D has been around for a long time. It's had its share up and downs, especially with new books coming out, Wizards of the Coast changing their writers, their teams every so often. It's bound to happen. Maybe next, you know campaign 6 maybe might not be as cool as 5 or 3.5. It's not up to me to say that. It's just but I do believe that every every group has this patch that they're gonna hit at some point.
So then my next question would be is, beside like Critical Role, do you think we like going off other tabletop games and stuff, what about Warhammer?
I'm not a
Warhammer's been
big I'm not a big fan of Warhammer, not because of the structure of it. It's just I don't see myself being a good Warhammer player.
mm,
And I've met a lot of people that are very into it, and I hate to say it, but they're very toxic.
I I can see that. I know that Warhammer did attempt to do its own version of D&D called Deathwatch.
Yeah. Mhm.
Uh, so I'm interested in like if other tabletop games will follow suit, or if there will be popularities like Critical Role that will bring it to light. Um,
Could be. I mean, like I said, D&D has been on for a long time. It is the basis and standard of where many of the games that we enjoy started from. I mean, look at WoW, look at Dragon Age, look at all these other RPG games that are, with mysticism. They've all derived out of D&D and out of WoW.
mm.
So I don't see that like dying anytime soon. It's just it's gonna hit its rough patch. Rough
I think
patch. Sorry.
well I know right now the developer of Warhammer and just they charge up the ass for their models. It is
Yeah.
ridiculous
Yeah.
for
Even for their
you're paying
online.
almost $100 for one piece of plastic.
Yeah. All right. So before we get too deep into this D&D hole, do we want to go into the next story?
Yeah, let's get up.
I was about to hit up on that
I was
because
about to
but I was
agree
letting
to
you
that.
guys go. I was letting you guys go because I'm in the middle of posting like links to all our different
No,
stories.
I see that.
And we're towards the end. We're towards the end of like the stories that we're talking about, and I've already put down 20 stories. So we have 23 stories, by the by.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Let's just rush through. Okay.
So yeah. So I think we need to address.
Hang on, I can't jump into this. Keep going for a second.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So the more D&D or back.
Keep going
or the
on
next
your
story?
keep going on your D&D stuff real quick because I have to finish
okay.
this.
I've already said all I need to say on D&D.
Fel hasn't. Keep going, Fel. Vamp. Vamp for me.
Dance, monkey, dance.
Put you on the spot. Vamp, monkey, vamp.
So actually, I'm just reading some of the chats. Like,
Yeah. Get some of the comments from the chat, please.
Yeah.
Apparently, they want Shaggy to do more D&D in the future.
No.
Okay, that's one person who wants Shaggy to do more D&D.
There's one person. There's one person immediately shooting it down.
I will answer Master Hiranos. How do you feel about the idea of a campaign where it's all based with a guild system, so you can interchange characters and essentially run a series of one-offs? I find that is going to be one of the most difficult things that you can do, because you have multitude of characters. If you're doing them all within one guild, you have to be able to establish every single character within that guild, and if you're going to be interchanging between them, I can see there being a lot of problems.
Richie, that's not the next. Oh, it is the next thing.
It is the next. Oh, buddy.
Yeah.
Oh, buddy, don't you dare. I spent 15 minutes before the show putting them all in numerical order.
The links are all up, okay?
So the links are all up. No. I'm saying I spent 15 minutes before the show getting all the images in one folder, putting numbers in front of them, so I had a freaking slideshow numerically correct with the topics there. You ain't getting me on this one.
It's okay.
But I'm not changing. But I'm not necessarily going to change the image for every story because some of the stories are technically connected, but there's just a lot of different links to stuff that we're all talking about. So as you can see, guys, we got a lot to go through. There's no way that this first episode is going to last just 2 hours.
Hang on. I think we never did actual proper introductions of who we are.
Okay, hold on. Let's do this real quick. You guys know me. You kind of know Fel from streaming and stuff. Eva is a fat dog and has been a fat dog for a couple of episodes now.
Yeah, I have.
So
I've
let's
also been
go
in
ahead
the
and
background.
let's go ahead and do proper introductions. Eva, you're up first because you're the newest to our audience. No, you're just the newest to our audience.
Okay. Okay, because I am newest to the audience, I will introduce myself. My name is LatinFireVA. You guys will see me a lot on Twitter. I first name Eva. That's where the EVA from Latin Fire VA goes. I've been doing a bridge work for about 3 years now. Been writing mostly. Uh, kind of been on a slump for the last couple of months, but hopefully
You
able
were on
to
a
put out
writers'
a
roundtable
series.
with us.
Yes, I
Mhm.
Yeah.
was, and I had, I've been in a lot of stuff for these guys. So
Yeah,
I've been in the Ace of Diamond one shots. I've been in a few episodes of their
that's right. You were the Ace of Diamond one shot. That's right. You were Reiko, the
yeah,
dominatrix.
yes, that is me.
How did
I
I
believe in you.
forget I cast you?
You cast me. How
Yeah.
the hell do you not remember?
How do I
doing
not?
that?
Well, I mean, look, I've slept since then. There's been a lot of
Okay.
stressful moments and a
Yeah.
lot of writing of other shows in between now and then.
Yeah.
I'm
So-
not even hiding this. We've already written 2 episodes of Slime Code. There's so
Oh.
much
Yeah.
stuff that's gone between now and then.
Yeah, so I've been in a lot of things. I've been working with a lot of teams, like not only Fat Dog, but DC Abridged Universe. I've been working with Daz for a long time.
Yeah,
Freestyle.
DV says they remember you from Yaro's content. So
Yes,
yeah, you've been working with
yes,
Yaro Sheehan.
yes. I actually that was the first person who got me into abridging.
Cool.
That's also the first campaign that I did online was D6 on Yaro's channel. So you guys want to look into that? I know it's somewhere in the archives there.
And for those of you wondering,
Yes.
like as far as the Log Horizon universe, technically, though Ace of Diamond Bridge one shot falls in that universe, but in Log Horizon Abridged specifically, you have voiced Woodstock in episode 5,
5.
and in
Was
episode
it
4,
5 or 4?
it was 5. It was 5. In episode
5.
4, you had one line, but it is a main character. She doesn't have any lines yet for that
Yeah.
character in episode 6, but in episode 7, you're gonna have a lot of lines. She is our Princess
Yeah.
Linesia.
Yes.
Eva's Princess Linesia. So
I'm
from this moment here on forth, she shall only be referred to as Her Highness Eva. No.
No, I am not a princess.
I am not
Yeah.
addressing.
I am not a princess because I would be if I was a princess, I'd be wearing sneakers under that dress.
Unless of course, no, she's not a princess of the Daves. No. Daves are
no.
adventurers. She is the princess of the people of the land who are not Daves.
Of the NPCs.
She
I
is
am the princess
specifically not a princess of the Daves.
Yes.
Call her queen. All hail Princess Eva. It's over. It's on. You are now Princess Eva.
Okay.
Yes.
No, Spider Phantom, yes, I was in Danmachi. I voiced Misha, who is Aina's best friend, who is voiced by Ali Fluro. So most of the time,
I need to get back
I
in
was-
touch with Ali. Speaking
Yeah.
of which,
oh, she's at SoccerCon right now. So.
a lot of
Ah.
abridgers
lot
are
of-
at a Sakura
lot of
Con.
them are at
Apparently,
SoccerCon.
apparently, we just need to do a fundraiser at the beginning or at the end of this year to just go to Sakura Con.
Yeah, and in Master Hirano's Persona one shot, I was Sai.
Oh
So-
God, there we go.
Yeah.
oh, give me one
Princess of the
second, guys. I need to make a
NPCs.
quick phone call.
Okay, go for it.
Yes.
But yeah, while that, you guys do know Fel. Fel has been joining us for a lot of our streams, but Fel will actually be in episode 6 as background characters. He technically has a named character now because somebody was unavailable and was like, yeah, I won't be available for the rest of the time, so go ahead and recast me. And we're like, okay. So we recasted Hein, which is the Fox Boy. Yes, I think.
Mhm.
We've recasted Hein and Shoryu. Unfortunately, we had to recast both of those characters. But, so now, Editor Carson and Fel both have named characters. They're not just random background characters. Though, technically, I guess you could say Editor Carson is Kermit Prime. So,
Yes.
yeah. The Kermits will have more of a
Hi-yo.
role to play later. Hi-yo! But they'll have more of a role to play much, much later. Alrighty. So, getting on to our next topic. Now that we've introduced Eva properly. Getting
Yes.
on to our next topic. Okay, so we're covering spring anime 2019. There's a lot to go through, so I'm going to go ahead and just go over a couple. First and foremost, if you haven't checked it out, the simul dub is out, so it's coming out same day dubbed If you don't remember the original, you need to watch it because it's so good dubbed. This is one of the few times I'm going to push a dub over a sub, but Fruits Basket 2019. They got the original dub cast for Fruits Basket, which is amazing. Like, guys, if you did not watch the Fruits Basket dub back in the day, please go fix that. But this anime that's coming out is essentially the entire story. If you're wondering, well, how far did the original Fruits Basket go? The original Fruits Basket covered up to volume 6 of the manga, of a manga series that ran 23 volumes. So it didn't get very far. It was still really, really good, but it didn't get very far. So, yeah. This anime is a little bit more serious, a little lighter on the comedy than the original, but I can kind of understand that. I just wish the thing I miss the most is I miss the original soundtrack, but I love the ending for this. I don't usually listen to openings and closings for anime, but I really like the ending for that. Eva, do you want to talk about Attack on Titan Season 3? Because I'm done with Attack on Titan animes. Like,
yeah.
Season 1 was so slow in comparison to the manga that I just quit.
Season 1 was kind of slow, but season 1 was a very slow start. But that's what you get with a big studio like that. You're gonna have those slow burns.
I'm still surprised.
Season 2 definitely picked up. Season 3, I haven't really watched that yet, so I have no reference for Attack on Titan Season 3.
I'm not. Attack on Titan Season 3 doesn't start yet. Doesn't start yet.
I stopped like 2 episodes before the ending of the season.
Episode 1 debuts on the 29th, so it's 8 days away. 8 days away for for part 2 of season 3. I apologize. Season 3 part 2 debuts on the 29th of April. So technically part 1 of season 3 has come out, but yeah. Of course it's another Funimation product, so all right, guys, I'm just going to go ahead and get this out of the way. Whether you're on one side or the other of the whole Vic situation, I don't give a shit. That doesn't mean boycott Funimation products. Like, there's a lot of really good anime, and by boycotting Funimation stuff like that, or not watching the official release, you're actually hurting the mangaka, the studio that works behind it. So don't screw over a lot of really, really good people that have nothing to do with a particular situation just because you don't like a particular situation. There were a lot of people that worked on the live action movies and the anime with Rurouni Kenshin that had nothing to do with what went down with the mangaka. Just putting that out there. If you don't know, look that one up on your own, because I don't have time to go over that. That's a whole can of worms I don't want to open right now. It's really crazy how Studio Madhouse can suddenly count to 2. Because Madhouse used to be notorious for only doing 1 season of a show and never doing a season 2. Suddenly it's like season 2s of shit but from Studio Madhouse, and it's blowing my mind. Case in point, Ace of Diamond, Act 2. That's technically the 3rd season of Ace of Diamond, and I'm like, wait. Not only can they count to 2, but they can count to 3? What is this nonsense? What is this nonsense? For those of you that don't follow Ace of Diamond, we're going to talk about it a little bit, because obviously I like it. I did a one-shot for it. But Ace of Diamond is a baseball anime. It's adorable. If you like sports anime and you just whether you enjoy baseball or not, it'll give you a deeper appreciation for baseball. So if you ever go see a baseball game, it won't be anywhere near as boring as you think when you watch it on TV. But essentially, it's anime baseball. It's fucking adorable. It's not overdone. It's not like Kuroko no Basket, which was basically basketball meets DBZ.
Yeah. Okay, so
it's got a lot more in common with Haikyuu, but Haikyuu is a bit more down to earth, and I guess Haikyuu is a bit more refreshing, honestly. But Ace of Diamond is really, really good, and Act 2 is covering the main character's 2nd year in high school. So, the first act was his first year. Act 2 is the 2nd year, and it starts off with them actually in Koshien, which is like the big national tournament.
So I gotta, there's like, 4 baseball animes coming up this season? Because there's Ace of Diamond, Act 2. There's Hachigatsu no Cinderella 9, which is a girls'
I see that.
It's a girls' baseball. It's not even softball. It's girls' baseball which is weird.
Well, they
And
don't
then
do
there's
softball
mixed.
over there. Yeah.
Yeah, mix. And that one is going to be siblings and baseball. And I know there's one more. I
But
just can't remember which one
Ace
it
of
is.
Diamond, if I remember right, the first 2 seasons covered 75 episodes. And
Yeah.
then Act 2, I don't know how long that's going to go, but where they're at in the manga right now is really, really good. It's really interesting, really intense. But jumping back over to other things with season 2s on them, One Punch Man season 2. I'm really happy that One Punch Man season 2 is out. I'm on the fence as to how I feel about it being a Hulu exclusive. I'm not a fan of that.
Yeah.
I wanted to have it on Verve and Crunchyroll. There's a reason for that.
Yeah.
Like, dear Netflix and Amazon and Hulu, I'm really happy that you guys want to get into the anime game and you want to bring more properties out to the multitude, but quit stealing shows away from the people that we've come to rely on and depend on for carrying all the different titles. Like, honestly, there needs to be a legal aggregate for all of the anime, because I don't need. Now, this may just be a personal thing, but I'm sick and tired of having to have 5 separate streaming accounts so I can legit and legally watch.
But here's the thing: it's variety. I mean, if you
it is variety. It is variety. I'm not saying
if you put them all in one area, you're gonna oversaturate that one area. So having it split between,
I just need a place.
4 to 5 different groups is not bad. I mean, I understand your.
I don't have the money. I don't have the money to pay for all of that.
No, I understand that, and that's why I do like systems like Verb, where you get like a majority of them.
Also,
but it's like
One Punch Man stuff comes out on Mondays, I believe. So yeah, the first 2 episodes are out. Go to Hulu. You can watch them there.
But yeah, One Punch Man isn't One Punch Man anymore. I watched that trailer. I'm still going to give it the benefit of the doubt just by watching the trailer.
Do you not know what's going on in the manga?
I do not know what's going on.
Oh my god, no. One Punch Man is still 100% One Punch Man. It's just there's a lot of other characters that they have to focus on as well.
I understand. I have.
Holy shit.
I have not caught. That's one of the few ones where I can say I've only watched the anime.
I'm even caught up with one shitty drawn web comics.
Yeah, I that's one where I really have to say I'm sorry. I'm only watching the manga on this. Or I'm only watching the anime, not reading the manga. So with the trailer, just for someone who just watches the anime, I will give it the benefit of the on that. I did not like a few frames that I saw, and people were bitching about it on Twitter. But like I said, I'm just gonna give it the benefit of the doubt. If the animation gets better from there, then great. If it doesn't, then at least I still have a show that I'm still interested in watching. I'm not a person who's going to go frame by frame on every single anime.
Okay.
But, I mean,
sorry to interrupt you real quick. Speedy Cake, I don't know what the Anime Lab app is, but I don't like to watch shows on my phone because it's a tiny screen. And secondly, I'm not 100% sure if that's a legal thing. That's the important part. I'm trying to support everything legally. Now, Canada not having Hulu, I'm hoping there's from what I understand, it's available on Crunchyroll in certain countries.
Yep.
Now, I think Hulu has exclusive rights to it either in North America or the US, one of those two. I would suggest checking out if Crunchyroll has it in your neck of the woods. If you're in Canada, maybe they have it out for you guys, but not for us here in the US. Okay. Because of a deal that Hulu might have had. But yeah, I cannot stress this enough. Please support the official releases.
Yes.
Let's continue going through the list. So
I gotta ask you, as someone who does not watch anime as much as you,
that's fine.
What the hell is Isekai?
Isekai Quartet. Okay. So essentially,
I know nothing. I don't watch anime that much.
It is a bunch of different.
I watch more American animation.
It is a bunch of different Isekai series, such as Overlord, Overlord Konosuba, Tanya the Evil, and ReZero all kind of thrown together, like their worlds crossed over and clashed. So it's all of those characters in one show in a chibi SD form. That's what's happening. And it may be more shows than just that, to be fair. It may be more than that. Another one that I'm watching that I'm kind of enjoying, Bungo Stray Dogs season, third season, because it's Bungo Stray motherfucking dogs. Most of the other series that are new, I haven't checked out yet, so I may do a separate side series where we check out some of these anime and give our opinions on them. But like, if we're gonna check them out, we'll have to at least watch. We'll have to wait until there's at least 3 to 5 episodes out so we can give it a proper viewing and just rate whether we like it or not. I have not watched Isekai Quartet, but it is in my it is part of my list of things to watch that I definitely want to add to. I have added to my list.
I'm gonna be honest. I love harem animes, so I'm very interested in watching this.
It's a reverse harem. There's debauchery here. Fucking best part, best line in Oran High School Host Club. Little girl, there's debauchery here. Oh my god, damn it. Oh, debauchery. Also, guys, to throw back to some anime from previous, if you haven't checked it out, I can't remember what it's called. It's something, but essentially, it's an anime about an archery club.
Yes, I forget which one.
The animation's really good. Please check it out. All right, of course, for the continuing series, I'm continuing to watch One Piece, Black Clover, The Shield Hero, and yeah, I haven't been checking out Fairy Tail Final Series. I know how the manga ended, and I'm good with that.
Yeah, okay. With that one, I will say I have caught up to Fairy Tail.
I have no desire to continue watching Boruto at the moment, though I do know there's some really good stuff in it. I have not watched Dororo. Sorry, I'm waiting until it finishes, because that's a series that I feel like I'm gonna binge. And if you ask me, no, I have not watched motherfucking JoJo. That's why I don't understand any of the references. Maybe I'll do reactions to that, but I'm not 100% sure.
I've never watched JoJo's, and I will never watch JoJo's.
If you pay me enough, I might.
Well, here's the thing, like, I got really tired of everything being, is that a JoJo's reference? And
oh my god, okay.
Oversaturated to the point that I was like, you know what? I'm just
Hello. I know I missed a lot. Did we talk about Isekai Quartet yet?
Yes, we have.
Yes.
Damn it. I was going to mention that some of the actors from the English dub have reconfirmed their roles for that show.
That's good.
Cool.
That's good. We haven't completely finished talking. Okay, jumping over to ONAs real quick. They look like to be movies. There is one called Miru Tights. At raining morning in April, cherry blossoms are struck by the rain. Okay, so greeting wearing wet tights in front of the shoe cupboard when Rin faced her gloomy homie who was drenched joined them. Okay, so it just seems like a girls' school manga, or story, but it was Miru Tights, and I was like, tights, thigh highs.
That is.
You have my attention.
That is definitely an ecchi.
Whoa! Hold on. Movie. Wait. Kotetsu's. Okay, the iron. Oh God, whatever it was, the one where they were on a train and they had kind of like a post-apocalyptic thing. Oh, it was something. I know iron was in it because Kotetsu is iron. The Kanaberi of the Iron Princess or something like that. It was a really good series. Well, there's a movie. There's a third movie coming out. So yeah, if you're really into that, please go check that show was really good. I'm trying to remember what it was called.
Something I really want to watch later on. It still hasn't come out yet. Is going to be the Pop Team Epic special.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a special episode that's
Kanaberi of the Iron Fortress.
Iron Fortress.
That's what it's called. The Kanaberi of the Iron Fortress 3 is the movie that's coming out. Yeah, Kanaberi of the Iron Fortress Battle of Unato is a movie that is coming out this spring, and it's a continuation of that. It's really like that. If you haven't seen that show, cannot recommend it enough.
Okay.
It's really good.
So I'm gonna ask, with the passing of Oh, actually, no.
Nope, that's a topic. That's a topic
that's
for
a
later.
topic. That's a topic
Don't
for later.
push us
It's
into
just
the.
because it is in the
It's in the
list.
lineup. It's in the lineup.
So
We're getting it there.
I'm gonna hold off until then.
Okay, I think we're done with that. We can now move on from spring 2019 anime.
All right.
So let's address the letter.
What
that
letter?
was sent.
What letter?
Oh, you know what letter?
Oh,
No.
yeah, it's at the bottom right here.
What?
Right.
Oh no
There.
no.
not
That's
yet.
not not the first thing. This is
Oh.
up first. This is up
Yeah.
first. Okay.
Really?
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
I'm looking at the. Oh,
It's not all just the links.
I thought we were gonna talk about.
No.
Hold on.
No.
Hold
we
on.
We talk about both links and not links.
Okay,
Sorry,
well, I
we have a
I
list
didn't
that
know.
we do.
I didn't know they were one and the same. So pardon me.
Yeah.
Okay, so now we're gonna move over. We're gonna move over to talking about Avengers Endgame stuff because it's not all about anime. That's because everything is a JoJo's reference. How dare you? Okay, Cabaneri of the Iron Forces. See, thank you guys. You guys know. All right, so we're gonna talk really quickly. What pre-show things? I'm kind of curious. I'm going to probably this week start watching, doing my little Marvel marathon up into Endgame. So I'll be going through all that stuff. But what pre-show things are you guys gonna do to prepare for Endgame, if any? And yes, I need to preface this, guys. This is a thing that I set up with my roommate as well, because we've got a little mom and pop place that's over here. No drinking an hour before the show. There will be no consuming of any beverages during the show because it's over 3 hours long and there's no intermission. And they have straight up said there is no good time to take a bathroom break. So
Yeah.
also, if you could do me a favor and don't bring your fucking kids to a movie theater if they can't behave for longer than 5 minutes because they're not going to last 3 hours.
Oh my
If
god.
if I have to illegally download this movie so I can watch it again and actually understand what the hell is going on, I'm gonna be really pissed. I don't want to do that.
So, preparing for Endgame.
Yeah.
I got Friday night tickets, so I couldn't get Thursday because it was booked. So I got Friday night tickets.
No,
I'm
sorry.
I'm gonna hate that because I'm gonna feel like left out because everybody in my store is probably gonna go to the Thursday screenings.
I'm gonna be going to the Thursday screening.
I'm not gonna lie, like 5 people in just the front section of where I work.
We'll
have
talk
all
about
said
it.
they
We'll talk
want that
about it
Thursday off.
We'll talk about it the Monday following. I figure giving it that much time.
No.
is
You
when
have to give it at least. You have to give it a week. You have to.
No.
give
We'll
it
not talk about it publicly. I'm talking about you, me, and Phil. We'll sit down and talk about it.
Yeah.
So, yeah. We'll talk about it at the.
Okay.
I know my pre-game endgame thing is I need to catch up on the fucking movies I've missed so far. God damn it!
What movies have you missed so far? We'll make this a thing.
Technically, I have not seen Thor: Dark World. I have not seen
You
Thor
don't need to
Ragnarok.
see.
I haven't seen.
Ragnarok you need to see. Dark World not so much.
I'm an OCD person. I have to watch them in order. So
Okay.
I
got
I need to see Ant-Man and the Wasp 2. I need to see Guardians of the Galaxy Part 2.
Yeah, you do.
And I need to see Captain Marvel. Those are the.
You kind of do.
I feel like
you kind of sort of do. No, you need to see. You need to see Captain Marvel for everyone except Captain Marvel.
Yeah.
Everyone else in the movie is really good, which makes Brie Larson look lame in comparison.
It did.
I watched. Okay. Go ahead, Eva.
Okay, so
Goose will save us all.
No, here's the thing. I said this and I still believe this. I would rather watch Ryan Reynolds' Green Lantern than watch Captain Marvel again. That's how bad it is.
I saw it. I didn't think it was that bad. I went back and saw it again. I actually think it's better on a second viewing.
No. A second viewing, not gonna happen for me. But I do have to.
It's
I am
not
gonna
preachy. I will give it that. It's not preachy.
I'm probably gonna watch most of Phase 2 on Netflix, and then I have a majority of the DVDs myself, so I'm probably just gonna watch some of them before.
Okay.
Actual release
so
date.
first off, I like what PK Killer said. Thanos did nothing wrong pre-show. And then number 2 from Rognick. Hey, Mr. OCD, it's just Ant-Man and the Wasp, no number 2. I think what he was saying was 2 as in TOO as in also.
Yeah.
But I could be wrong. Did you call it Ant-Man and the Wasp 2?
Well, technically Ant-Man and the Wasp is the sequel to Ant-Man. I'm used to
But
calling
there's
it
no
like,
2.
It's also,
there's no 2 in it.
Yeah, but it's okay.
It's Ant-Man and Ant-Man and the Wasp. Don't you do this, Mr. OCD.
Shut the fuck up.
No,
but I need
no,
to see.
no.
Fine. Hey, shut up. But I do need to see Dark World. I do need to see.
You don't need to see Dark World.
You don't need.
Well, for my sake, I need to see.
No, you don't. No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
No,
Shut
you
up.
don't.
Shut up.
No,
Shut up.
no,
Shut up.
no,
Shut
no,
up. Shut up.
negative,
Shut up.
negative,
Shut up.
ladies,
Shut up.
ladies,
Shut up.
you're pretty. Stop.
Shut up. We're not even talking about that.
We're moving on. But yeah, I'm going to watch those 5 movies to get ready for Endgame. I don't know if I'm going to see Endgame opening weekend. It's a little on the fence. I usually like to go with a couple of my friends.
If you don't, you're getting spoiled.
I don't care. I don't give a fuck.
Okay. Well.
Yeah, I was fortunate enough to get.
You have until
opening
next
week
Monday.
tickets.
That deal.
Okay.
You have until next Monday, not this Monday, but next Monday.
Here's the thing, like.
You have until a week from tomorrow, and then I'm spoiling it.
And then what about why are we talking about the Scottish Pokemon trainer in the chat? That does nothing to do.
That doesn't make any sense.
No, hold on, guys, let the chat.
I don't get it, but I don't watch it, so I don't get it.
Chat's
all
gonna
right,
chat.
So
chat,
I'm gonna say my experience probably gonna be problematic because I'm going on a Friday night where there's probably gonna be families and kids running around. Not to mention it's at a movie grill, so it's going to be
second
food
viewing
and drink while watching movie.
My second viewing of Into the Spider-Verse was terrible. Thank God I saw it in a quiet place the first time, because the second time there was a child in front of me that would not fucking stop the entire time.
Yeah, the whole time that I was watching Into the Spider-Verse, I think there was a kid that was right behind us. Spider-Verse? There was a kid that was right behind us and just would not stop running back and forth. And don't bring
ladies and gentlemen, I will never ever sit up front for a movie because of things like that. Because kids always want to sit up front, and if you sit in the back, pretty good.
Middle row has always been the best experience for seeing a movie for me, but that.
If he watched Captain Marvel 120 times, I hope he works in a theater. I just saw it. I just saw it 2 times. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Who would see a movie like 120 times unless you work?
Unless you work at a movie theater, I would not want to see a movie 120 times.
Hello. That is probably the amount of times I've seen Star Wars.
Okay, but that's Star Wars.
Which one?
Episode 4.
Okay.
Richie, we're gonna have to have an intervention later.
No,
you talk to me about a D&D intervention. We're gonna have to have a Star Wars intervention here.
No,
we don't. Episode 4 came out before he was born, so there's some issues right there.
Yeah, episode 4 did, but not episode 6. I was 1 year old and at the theater watching episode 6, and I was quiet as a mouse apparently. But anyway. All right,
so let's.
Yeah, that's over the course of 37 years that I've seen it 120 times. Fuck you. Okay. No intervention necessary. And it's a damn good film. You ass. All right. So no. Okay.
We're not insulting it. We're just saying you have a problem.
I do not have a problem.
I'm saying you have a problem.
I'm saying you're full of shit.
Whatsoever.
I'm saying you're full of shit. I am saying you're full of shit for saying I have a problem. All right, don't move again.
Okay, to be fair, I am not insulting the Star Wars. I am only insulting you. That's all I gotta say.
Okay, so
let's go fuck yourself, but not during the stream. After, we'd have to charge for that.
Now we talk about the letter.
In-game letter to fans. Let's talk about the letter.
All right. So the Russos, in their infinite wisdom, knew that people were going to start spoiling the movie. So, to be on the safe side, they did this the same time they did Civil War. So this is the second time they've done a letter like this. They did a letter to the fans saying, "Please do not spoil the movie." This is the second time that they've done it. So,
I love the whole remember Thanos still demands your silence part.
Yeah. Yeah, so it says, to the greatest fans in the world, this is it. This is the end. The end of an unprecedented narrative mosaic spanning 11 years and 11 franchises. For all of you who have been on this journey with us at the very beginning, sharing every high and low with your family, your friends, your classmates, your coworkers, investing so deeply in every character and storyline, laughing, cheering, shedding tears, giving so freely of your thoughts and emotions in spirited dialogue, theories, fan art, and fan fiction. Please know that the two of us, along with everyone involved in Endgame, have worked tirelessly for the last 3 years with the sole intention of delivering a surprising and emotionally powerful conclusion to the Infinity Saga. Because so many of you have invested your time, your hearts, and your souls into these stories, we are once again asking for your help. When you see Endgame in the coming weeks, please don't spoil it for others, the same way you wouldn't want it spoiled for you. Remember, Thanos still demands your silence. As always, good luck and happy viewing. The Russo brothers. Hashtag don't spoil the Endgame.
All right, so here's my thing.
I love it.
I don't
I
think
loved
that
it
is.
so
I
much.
don't think that is nearly as catchy as the one that I've seen going around on social media, which is, remember kids. Doctor Strange saw all 11 point whatever billion
11.7
versions.
billion.
Yeah, versions, and didn't spoil the one that succeeds. Don't be like Doctor Strange. Don't spoil the movie. And I'm like, that one
Yeah.
I really like better than
Breathe,
Thanos
breathe.
demands your silence.
I did breathe. I was breathing.
Those breathing exercises are really paying off.
Yeah.
Breathe,
Right.
woman, breathe. Hey, don't tell her what to do.
So yes, I think it's wonderful that not only have they addressed it before, but they're addressing it again, and
Indeed.
they're saying, we put a lot of time and effort into this, and we want to give you the best viewing experience that you will ever have watching this. So not only our sake, but for the sake of your fellow moviegoers or fans or theorists and all that stuff, please don't spoil the movie. I think it's beautiful, it's simple, and it gets they've been working hard on it, so it's only natural, it's only fair for them to want to have a little bit of help on that.
Mm-hmm. Agreed. Alrighty. I'm okay.
Yeah.
Rognick, fine, don't breathe. See if I care.
If I pass out on stream, at least you'll know. Because you'll hear someone say, she passed out on stream.
She passed out on stream. It was brave of her.
So we're gonna. So after Endgame is actually the real question.
Yeah, let's move on. So can the Marvel Cinematic Universe continue to survive after Endgame? Because I feel like Infinity War has been this huge buildup, and it's like, are things like we've got movies that are happening after Infinity War, obviously, but is this how trends kind of peter off and die? Is this the end, the beginning of the end for the MCU? Is it gonna kind of or comic book movies in general? I don't think it's going to be the end of comic book movies in general, depending on how DC continues. But we'll get to that in a minute.
Yeah, we're gonna get.
We'll get to that in a minute. But is this the end of? Is this going to be the marked end of the MCU, or do you think they can still keep going because they've got so much better? Like, I will straight out say, Infinity War isn't even the best. Like, multi-spanning series that's been put together in the Marvel comics at all. Like,
I gotta say,
Infinity War compares nothing to Secret Wars.
Okay, yes, but that's going off the comics.
Yeah, that's
what we're looking at the films.
We're looking at the cinematic universe.
Well, what I'm understanding, what I'm saying is, it feels because there's been talk that in the MCU, the next major overarching thing that they're going to be pushing towards is Secret Wars, and I'm like, yes, do that. Oh my god.
Yeah, they might be doing that. Not to mention, there's also the talk about like the the multiverse theory that because they've gone through phase 1, 2, and 3 with the Thanos arcs, they could start 4, 5, and 6 in just a totally different universe. It wouldn't be. I mean, we already know that the cinematic universe isn't Universe 616, which is the basic canon for all of Marvel comics.
Yeah.
It's it's basically their prime, like it is for the DC.
Universe
it's
prime,
just it's just.
So
I think they could go into a different universe and not affect anything going on in phases 1, 2, and 3.
Also, at the same time there is the whole Fox merger that happened.
That is true.
I'm on the stance that the MCU after Endgame, unless the story is really compelling, I think they're still going to be good, but I think it's not going to be as great as what's been happening for the first 4 arcs, the first parts, the first 3 parts.
Trust me when I say there's been a lot of duds in the MCU. It's just
there are duds, but there have been really good hype. Now, can they continue that after 4? I'm interested now, especially with the news with the Fox merger. I don't think they're going to separate. I think they're going to still continue in the movie universe. I don't think they're going to make a multiverse yet.
We don't see Deadpool coming into this universe anytime. Even though people want it,
just because you don't see it doesn't mean that they don't.
I mean, I don't see it happening.
I'm not pushing for Deadpool necessarily to be in universe or not. I'm just saying that I'm not going to go off of speculation on that specifically.
No, I'm just saying I don't expect to see Deadpool at the end of Infinity War.
No, that'd be dumb.
That'd be stupid.
First off, legally they can't even do that.
But I can say, maybe there's going to be a nod of, Spider-Pool. Maybe they can do something with Tom Holland, or just a voice.
Let me go ahead and state something and ruin everybody's day right the fuck now. Legally, they could not take any of the characters that they'd acquired in the Fox merger and put them into even a post-credit scene for Endgame. They cannot legally do that. They would get in so much legal trouble. So if you're hoping for like a Fantastic Four or a X-Men or any of that stuff, that's not a thing that's gonna happen in I'm sorry, it's Infinity War Part 2. I don't care what they call it. It's Infinity War Part 2. But essentially, it's not gonna be there because of legal reasons. However, the good news is we can stop with all the enhanced bullshit and go back to calling them mutants very, very soon.
That's true. That is true.
The Maximoff twins are mutants!
The enhanced is finally going to be over and done with. We're going to say mute, and that's how it's going to be. And, I mean, I'm very, very hopeful with Dark Phoenix. I've seen that. I was kind of skeptical with, doing an Origins at first, but now it's kind of grown on me. Except Days of Future Past. That's like the only one that I don't agree with. But
like a cancer.
Yeah. No, it's more like it's not cancer because cancer spreads a lot. It's like it's a tumor. It's just put in one place.
I don't see Disney or Angel rather to be 100% fair. It's very, very rare that Disney and Warner Brothers work together on a concept like that. So I don't see a Marvel DC crossover movie happening. However,
it has happened.
It has happened. Who Framed Roger Rabbit? You had Mickey Mouse. You had Mickey Mouse with Bugs Bunny. You had Daffy and Donald Duck.
But here's the thing.
That had never been done before.
With Who Framed Roger Rabbit, you had to put both of them. They legally could not do one over the other. So every time that Mickey was on, Bugs had to be on at the same time.
They legally. That's how they worked it out. That's how it worked it out. But I don't think it worked quite so well in a comic book movie setting.
Yeah. I'm just saying
because it could destroy the narrative.
Because the comic book universe is different. I mean, you can do a lot of things in comics that you can't do in live action.
All right, let's move on to talking about Phase 4.
Yeah. Okay. So. Actually, I put that in out of order. So I'm gonna talk about the Spider-Man first.
Okay.
Okay. So people are saying in Phase 4. No, it is not. I'm just gonna get that out of the way.
Hang on a second. I have to leave and come back to the call real quick.
Oh, we can still talk about stuff without him.
No. Well, you could, but nobody would hear you because I'm streaming.
Oh, good point.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm saying how Spider-Man Far From Home is not the beginning of Phase 4. They said
it's the end of Phase 3.
No, it's the end of Phase 3. After Endgame, Far From Home is the last one, Phase 3, and then they start with the next one after that. Which is supposed to be the next one after Far From Home.
I can't even remember. I think it's I know that the Black Widow is in production, but they have been did they confirm anyone else's? Maybe Black Panther 2?
I know that is okay. They got Black Widow, the Eternals,
Yeah.
Black Panther 2, Doctor Strange 2, Shang-Chi. Guardians might be a lot.
Guardians
it
3.
might
No,
be at
they're
the
keeping.
very end.
They're keeping
It might be.
Guardians. They're keeping the same script, and of course they got the director back. So
But they got
Woo!
James Gunn back.
yeah,
and they
James
said
Gunn's
likely,
back, and they did not change any of the script. So that
well,
could.
they only pushed it back 1 year because it was rumored to come in 2021.
Yeah.
Now it says 2022, and
Well, I mean,
Ant-Man
we'll see.
3
We'll see when
is rumored to-
D23 hits, like again, because they'll make a big Phase 4 announcement at D23. So hopefully, I'm pretty sure D23 hasn't happened yet, right? Has D23 happened this year? The big Disney.
Hold on a second, guys. I gotta mute.
I don't think so.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's later on. I think it's closer in the summertime.
Yeah, I think so too. I think I think D23 and E3 kind of fall in a.
Yeah, I know D23. It's just because it's. I know they just had the Star Wars festival.
Yeah,
but
and we'll be covering that soon, guys. We really will.
Yeah.
Alrighty. So Spider-Man is not part of Phase 4. That's
okay.
the end of Phase 3.
I'm kind of glad it's not.
Yeah,
I think.
Same. And I'm really looking forward to it because, you know, we've got... Do we have any Marvel movies coming next year at all?
I don't think any that have been
next
confirmed.
No, nothing for... Well, okay, no. Black Widow is the only one that has a 2020 presumable release date.
Jesus.
They might push it back.
They might push it back. Okay, so Black Widow says around May 2020, Eternals around November 2020, and then Black Panther 2 possibly around February 2021.
I find this hilarious because the first article where you were talking about, you know, Spider-Man is the end of Phase 3, the next article is them saying that Spider-Man is the beginning of Phase 4, and I'm like, but we...
No. No. Spider-Man is the very end of Phase 3.
Yeah, Marvel Phase 4 is going to be different because it does not sound like their big players like Captain America and Iron Man are not going to be there.
I'm not just getting this from like Kotaku or anything. I'm actually getting this from on that. So, yeah. So it said Feige has revealed that the third phase will conclude with Far From Home, set to release on July 2nd.
Also, I'm really looking forward to the sequel to Spider-Verse, whatever it may be.
Oh my god, yes. I can't wait to see the crossovers. Because you know Gwen Stacy's going to come back, and even though...
she's coming back, but from what I heard, she's actually going to get her own Spider-Woman movie first.
Yes.
I'm all for that. I'm all for that.
Which I think is kind of what DC did.
Spider-Gwen.
Okay, at a different level. So, you know, Spider-Verse brought all the Spider-Man into one area. Now it's going to individualize. Kind of like what Justice League did. It brought them together. Now they're going to individualize the movies. Different, but similar. Not the same.
Yeah.
Well,
I don't think done very, very differently. Handled very.
Yes.
Differently.
Yes. Both of them were handled very differently. DC may have flopped, whereas you know Sony definitely.
Are you sure you're not part of the DC universe?
So does that lead us into our next topic? Then?
Yeah, that's a good transition to is the DCEU finally getting good? Hang on, I gotta change images now that we're talking about DC.
So
properties.
Yes, the DCEU.
Hang on, not done.
All right, going from the Marvel Cinematic Universe to the extended universe
of the DC extended universe. And yes, the image that I'm using for this is in fact Shazam. So,
okay,
it's the most recent one, and honestly, it's my favorite one.
It's a beautiful movie. It's a beautiful movie. If you have not seen it, I would highly recommend
go
you
see it. Seriously, go see it because unfortunately, Shazam is only making Ant-Man money, and it deserves to make more than that.
It deserves to make more.
It easily deserves to make more than Aquaman. Like, compared to Aquaman, Shazam fucking knocks it out of the park.
Not to mention, like, a lot of these actors
just
at
a
the very
better
end of the movie had to keep it under wraps, and they were given multiple scripts.
Yeah.
The issue.
in order to
Well,
not-
actually, one complaint, and this is actually I work at GameStop. I blame Funko so fucking much for ruining the
God, yes, I saw that and I was so mad because I saw all the Marvel kids and I was like, ugh. I mean, this is not a spoiler from the comics.
like this is connected to DC, but we'll talk about Funko another time. But all I can say is, Funko, come the fuck on.
Yeah, they have ruined so many things for not only the DC but the Marvel universe as well.
Oh, and Dragon. And How to Tame Your Dragon 3.
Oh yeah, and How to Tame Your Dragon also. That's another one that got
moving
spoiled
on.
because of
Moving on.
Moving on from Funko, because
But
that's a different...
It feels like, and guys, I remember, because I do watch a lot of the Kevin Smith shows, and I do remember him talking about the universe that Zack Snyder put together with his like Justice League trilogy thing that they were doing and how it was going to go down. And while that seemed like an interesting story, that was a story I did not want.
Oh, hey, did you turn off the super chat alarms?
There are no alarms whatsoever.
Okay.
Oh,
I don't have alerts on this show.
Okay.
Gotcha.
So it's probably on the other one.
Other what? What?
So it's probably on like Tony's.
That he's getting all the alerts and stuff. Okay,
okay.
People in chat were like,
yeah. But thank you for the donation.
Yeah, guys. Thank you. Super chat. Ear safety check. Wait. What? Okay. Hold on. Have any of these been going through? Like, none of the alerts should have been going.
We've been seeing them. We haven't heard.
I haven't seen any of the alerts.
Yeah.
I have not been seeing any of the alerts on the thing, but I will. All right, guys, give me a second. I'm gonna do some tweaking. Continue on, guys. Continue on.
Okay.
So, going to see Shazam, I think Shazam was refreshing for me. Because it did give me the feel of what I've heard is the best way to describe it. It's an 80s kids movie with 90s superhero stuff. That's really what Shazam is.
That is true.
It's essentially Big meets Superman.
Yeah.
It is. And and the beautiful thing about Shazam is that it's technically its own thing, but within a larger universe. So they try to disassociate from a lot of the grittier stuff. Like,
so actually a legit question.
Still have that Batman reference. Still have that Superman reference.
I feel like
reference.
I feel like the DCEU is making a course correction, and that they've slowly been making since Justice League. You could tell they were trying to make a course correction with Justice League. It didn't go over all that well. But at the same time, after hearing what Zack Snyder's ideas were for his original Justice League trilogy, I'm super glad we didn't get that. I don't need a dark and depressing DC universe. Like, serious and dark works with Batman. It doesn't work with everybody in the fucking show.
I agree. Speaking
Superman
before we
especially.
Okay. Before we continue.
Yeah.
And I need to address this. Mm-hmm. Are we going to talk spoilers of any of the movies?
I would not say,
Shazam?
I would say no. I would say no because it is still under 2 weeks. I would say no spoilers on that movie.
I do not need.
I'm only asking just in case.
If we have to do spoilers on anything, it would more than likely be Aquaman.
Well, my thing is, you could feel a course correction going in Aquaman.
Oh yeah.
It was a much more. It was definitely a more laid back movie. Honestly, Aquaman was one of those kind of you can turn your brain off and enjoy it kind of movies.
I definitely see that.
Because Aquaman was kind of just dumb machismo shit. And that works for kind of like the Jason Momoa Aquaman. Unfortunately, there's a lot of things that I saw in like a step parent that I don't like anymore, or an ex step parent that I don't like anymore. I never liked them. But that I saw in Aquaman, so it's kind of Aquaman maybe rubbed me a little bit the wrong way with how he was.
I get that.
There, because of that whole male machismo thing, but it's still a step in the right direction compared to where they were before. And Shazam is absolute. You could not do a dark and serious and gritty Shazam. It just does not
really
work.
couldn't.
It makes no sense.
It
would make no
and
sense.
on top of and what I loved about, like, when you saw the trailers, you were like, okay, so this is what Shazam's about. They left so much out.
They also left a lot more to the
If
imagination.
it wasn't for Funko.
If it wasn't for Funko,
I don't
would've
pay
just
attention to
spoiled-
Funko. I don't pay attention to Funko.
I have to
Yes,
because of
that
my
is
work,
true.
but that's
Don't
different
be a
story.
Dave by spoiling things. So don't
be a
spoil
Dave,
Endgame.
exactly.
Don't spoil Shazam. Don't spoil the next
what I'm
two
saying
movies.
is the trailers that they released for Shazam don't actually spoil much of the movie at all.
They did
No,
a
they
great
don't.
They did
the
a great job with the
trailers.
trailers. Yeah.
You know what it reminds me? It reminds me of the older trailers, like before they started getting all spoilery.
Yeah.
Like, you know, it showed you different scenes, but none of it made sense
another
together.
thing that I
It
think
just looked like a lot of fun.
another thing that I think every once in a while Disney gets right with things like Star Wars, like their trailers are off the chain, but they don't give much away at all.
Yeah.
Like, Star Wars is really good at that. DC's been pretty good at that recently. So,
But
way to
let's
go. But,
just
but again,
also address-
it's a good course correction, I think, which was
Alright,
the main point.
Let's also address that DC in the animation department
Has been
has
kicking
always
ass.
been an ass kicker compared to the Marvel.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
Marvel
I mean,
animated
I
cannot compare
like-
to DC animated.
I like Marvel Avengers Assemble, but I will watch Batman the Animated Series over that any day.
Well, no, it's not even just that. I'm talking about like I'm talking about the universe that started just at, with Justice League War and continued on from there.
Yes.
That
okay.
falls in that Bat Family universe that started with like Son of Batman and all that. That was really good.
Teen Titans versus Justice League, one of my
Oh,
favorite
that was so good.
So,
all time. I will actually say my favorite one of all of those movies has to be Batman Under the Red Hood. All of them.
Red,
That's really good too.
honestly, that was the
and this
best
is saying that
interpretation
it's
of
better,
the Red Hood.
And it is the best interpretation, and I am saying that being someone who watched Mask of the Phantasm on the big screen
And,
being so happy
I just
that
want to
there
get
was
this.
actually
I just
a
want to get
superhero
this
on
also
the
out of the
screen.
way for everybody that was crying about the relationship between Barbara and Bruce in the fact that they actually had sex.
The killing joke.
The killing joke. That's happened in
God.
that's happened in the comics. Shut the fuck up.
It's
They have
happened in the
had that
comics. Yes,
relationship.
it has happened.
So
but
It's just
more
awkward.
people-
it broke
people were
it broke your Batman the Animated Series only watching hearts. I understand. Go
Yes,
read a
I
comic.
understand that. And people do love the Barbara Dick dynamic. They've always been a great power couple. Except, you know, both of them
Nope.
have been known to sleep around.
I'm 100%.
Whether it's
I'm
with
100%
Starfire
on board
or
with how
Batman,
it
they
worked.
both slept around and cheated on each other.
I 100% am on board with the Arkham series version of it, which is Tim and Barbara. Those two deserve each other.
I'm not. I'm more into the Tim and Cassie, but that's a full DC animated day I could
and
do
most people
myself.
don't know Cassie, so yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Also,
Okay.
if we could finally DC, if you could get your shit together and finally have Selena Kyle and Bruce Wayne get married and her not leave him at the altar, that'd be peachy. Thanks.
We'll see how that ever works. Because remember, she's the one who doesn't want to be tied down more than him.
Yeah, no, she's left him at
She's
the
the
altar
one-
twice.
Yeah, she's left him, and he has actually wanted to give up the cape. She's the one who has the more commitment issues than he does.
Yeah, I find that great.
The only thing he commits to is the cape, and that's it. But okay, as we're talking about the DC universe, we also have to talk about the DC Universe app and the new Warner Brothers stuff that they're doing. I'm a huge fan of Young Justice. I will admit that I loved Young Justice to death. I will watch that thing over and over to death.
I don't have a reason to get the DC app. I
Now,
just don't
saying
have
that, I've not watched any of the other stuff that's from the DC universe because one, I'm not going to pay for another subscription service,
I don't want
and
to see
two,
Titans.
I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait until after Young Justice season 3 has concluded to watch everything.
I'm going
Because right now I think they're on a mid-show hiatus, so
essentially
I'm going to wait until afterward.
Essentially, what I plan to do is I'll wait till it comes out on like when it becomes available for like DVD or digital that way. Like I'll do it that way.
Yeah. Now, things that I have watched and read already saying Doom Patrol is as good as
No, as
Titans
bad
is
as
bad.
no,
As
the other way around.
no, it is
Because
okay.
people
Yeah,
said that people were saying that Titans was really good, but Doom Patrol was bad.
yeah. So DC Universe's Doom Patrol is as bad as Titans is good.
That's
Not sure
pretty
how to
harsh.
take that
Pretty harsh. Pretty fucking harsh.
because Alan Tudyk, Matt Bomer, Brendan Fraser, they're all in there. So it's one thing that I'm just like, I don't know
Great
if
actors
this
doesn't
works or
equal
not.
great writing.
True,
Or
great actors
or
can.
great directing.
That's also
I've
true.
seen
I
plenty
can
of
say
movies with a
I've seen,
star-spangled cast that failed hard because of either
and
bad
I've
writing or
seen
bad
crappy,
direction.
and I've seen crappy movies that the actors actually made a lot better.
Like to be
So,
fair, I think George Lucas is a great writer. I just don't think he
like,
should direct his own shit.
I will say Brendan Fraser as Robot Man is hilarious. I've seen a few clips of him, and it's weird that that's Brendan Fraser, because I'm like, I see George of the Jungle before I see Robot Man.
I see his character from
And then Alan Tudyk,
Scrubs.
I think he's the Invisible Man. I'm not sure. Like I said, I haven't really seen this that much, but I'm going to try it out later on. Um, and then Swamp Thing is also coming to be a thing as well. So I'm very, very skeptical,
Now, who is
but
Jonah
I'm still
Mormont?
gonna try it.
You say,
Jorah
oh,
Mormont.
that's who.
Oh, yes.
That's who he is. Okay.
So
He's
yeah,
that
and
dude.
then the new Bruce Wayne for Titans is going to be Sir Jorah Mormont himself, Ian Glenn from Game of Thrones. He has been confirmed as being the next Batman.
Okay,
So
I'm all for that. I am
I can
wondering.
Is he okay? So
since
is he
we're talking
taking
about
over?
Batman, Gotham is about to end, and it's going to finally end with Bruce
With
putting on the cape and cowl.
yes.
So
Now
we are getting like we're in the end game now, boys and girls.
now here's another thing from that is that one of the projects that was in Gotham is called Project Nightwing, alluding to the future Nightwing, or something that Bruce and Alfred have talked about before.
Honestly, I really hope
So,
really hope that Nightwing does not happen in the Gotham universe. I want
I hope not either.
Yeah, I want
Just-
Nightwing to be part of the Arrowverse, even though Arrow is ending. And Jesus Christ, Arrow and freaking
Arrow and Gotham are
Arrow,
ending.
Supernatural,
Supernaturals.
Gotham, like it's all coming to an end. It's the end of an
Yeah.
era.
What
so
about
now
Flash?
everybody
Here's the
so
thing.
now
Here's the
now
thing.
everybody can feel and experience what it was like when Smallville ended for me.
Yes, I will say Smallville was one of my favorite. It was great. I loved Smallville, and I did love the original Tom
Somebody
Welling.
save me.
Okay, I will say I did love Tom Welling, and he was great.
All right.
Now there's also a lot of
Phil,
other characters that
Phil,
were
what
there.
were you trying to say?
Dang it! What was I gonna say? Okay. So speaking of which, did they confirm? Is it true that they are removing Ben Affleck as the movieverse for Batman?
Yes.
As the okay.
He straight out stepped down. Yeah.
He's done being Batman. That somebody who's in the talking to about it but hasn't been confirmed is gonna be John Hamm. That's
I really feel upset about that whole thing because like he was really good. He was one of the few bright spots in the dark days of DC. He did a really good job as Batman. And I think he would have shined more had he had his chance to actually be his own Batman.
Yes, but then again,
movie.
like
And
another reason.
Too many people screwing around with things.
Yeah, too many
like
hands in the pot. Not to mention, he did see a lot of the backlash coming from fans themselves.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of those things where people just called it the Batfleck, and he's not a person who likes to be standardized as something. I mean,
gotcha.
He was Daredevil at one point.
Yeah.
And people don't like to remember that, but I'm gonna say I actually did like Daredevil. a hell of a lot more than I liked Elektra, but I did like Daredevil.
I thought the Daredevil movie wasn't too bad, but I think the issue for fans was he didn't get an episode to establish himself really as Batman. He was just forced.
Because it was forced, and not to mention everyone's already seen the Batman origin story so many times. They kind of didn't want to oversaturate it.
Not to mention, I mean, being the bright spot in Batman v Superman isn't really all that much considering how terrible.
No,
Batman
the bright spot in Batman versus Superman was always going to be Wonder Woman.
No, that I'd still say Batman was the bright spot in that. It wasn't Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman wasn't in the movie enough for her to be a bright spot. All right, guys, we're gonna take just a couple of seconds. I'm gonna play an ad real quick because this has almost been 2 hours already, and we're about halfway through. So yeah, we have to play that little ad so you can pay attention to our sponsors, and maybe this will may help with monetization or something. I don't know, but we're gonna play an ad just to kind of signify that, hey, this is the mid-rolls. So yes, stick with us. Today's episode is brought to you by Mid-Rolls. Enjoy.
We have ads.
I didn't know that.
Since we're on a
all right, I think we're back. Is the ad over? I don't even know anymore.
I don't even.
Let us know if the ad is over. Chat. Speaking of actors throughout the series, the actor that plays C-3PO is the only actor to been in most of the... Yeah, that's true. True, Speedy Cake.
Actually, speaking of
Anthony
Star
Daniels.
Wars.
Yeah, speaking of Star Wars, that's a really good transition. Rognick, I didn't even see the ad. Well, if you have ad blocker, you probably didn't. I played an ad. It just said play ad, so I played an ad. So there we go. All right, so yeah, Star Wars Celebration happened this past weekend, and holy frick. Or not this weekend, but the previous weekend. And holy frick, man. So we got that episode 9 teaser. If you haven't seen it, please go see it. But anyway, everybody's been talking about this, so by now a couple of things about the teaser have been spoiled. The title is the Rise of Skywalker, which has a lot of implications to it, and I don't want to go into that because that will take another hour in of itself.
Yeah, are we? So obviously, I enjoyed the teaser. I'm looking forward to the movie. Glad to see that the Emperor is returning.
Not necessarily confirmed. Not necessarily confirmed.
Well,
but they put the Emperor's laugh. They put the Emperor's laugh in there, and then they had Ian McDiarmid show up after they played the teaser on stage and say in the Emperor's voice to roll it again. So
okay.
Disney and Star Wars are really good at teasing people about shit that may not actually be what you think it is.
True.
I mean, this is what we also saw with The Force Awakens, that we saw that Vader helmet, and people were going to think, more of that. All we got was the helmet.
Yeah. So sometimes the thing is just the thing. Is it possible that Palpatine's in the show? Oh, absolutely. Force Ghosts.
Possibly.
I mean, they're starting reshoots. Really, really soon, and it is confirmed that Hayden Christensen will be part of these reshoots. So,
God,
Anakin.
I'm very curious what
curious.
Hayden Christensen's gonna do with this new series.
Apparently they've got him for voice. They've already recorded voice stuff for him.
Okay, so probably a flashback sequence then.
Not necessarily.
Or it could be a recording.
Force Ghost.
Or Force Ghost. Yeah.
Could be Force Ghost. Could be holocrons. But yeah. All right. So.
All right.
Enough speculation about Episode 9 because we've got a lot of stuff to cover for Star Wars.
So the Mandalorian.
All right. Okay. I haven't shown you guys. I didn't send you guys the clip that showed everything.
Oh, did we change the image, by the way?
Oh, no, we did not. No, Hang on. Let me change that over. I apologize. Give me a second, guys. I should have changed a couple of things over, and I didn't, and I apologize. So, okay, first off, let me go. There's your episode 9 stuff. Yay! There's all the episode 9 stuff that we missed. Hooray! So,
Hooray. So I say let's speed through the Star Wars because we've been as much as I.
Okay, so hang on. Shazam image change. Okay, The Mandalorian. Now, another Game of Thrones alumni is coming in as The Mandalorian. Now, guys, if you aren't familiar, I have a lot of hope for The Mandalorian because there's a huge reveal here. Okay, number one, Dave Filoni, who is responsible for making the prequels good again with Clone Wars. And the Rebels series. So a guy that a lot of the Star Wars fans have a lot of love for. He co-wrote this with Jon Favreau, who essentially jump-started the MCU with Iron Man 1. So Jon Favreau collaborated with Dave Filoni, and they're both directing and they're both doing writing. And on top of that, they've added other directors onto it. One of whom, and very notably, was a huge surprise to everybody in the audience, including myself when I saw it live. Taika Waititi is directing some episodes for The Mandalorian. Now, this whole thing is taking place 5 years after Jedi. The galaxy is in a bit of chaos and turmoil because the New Republic hasn't taken over yet. So things are kind of chaotic. It takes place in the Outer Rim, and it's essentially... There's a lot of Star Wars feel in this because of like how it's not big and epic and spanning, so there's more of that like tight location stuff. So there's a lot of episode 4 feel to it as far as that's going on. And if you guys remember Angel Dust from Deadpool, the first Deadpool, the chick that played her, I'm sorry, I'm blanking on her name right now, but she's in this as well. There's an actor in here who's playing the leader of the Bounty Hunters Guild that my parents are very familiar with, and I can't remember I don't have the information on hand right now. I'm sorry. I should have. I just linked to the trailer thing that I saw for it. But man, There's so many good people involved in this, and I have a lot of hope for that. Okay, we go from really good news to God, I hope this works news with Jedi the Fallen Order. So I'm going to move on to...
Pre-orders have started for that already. The quick thing on the background for many of you guys know, Respawn is the ones behind that. So a little confused by that. Quick jab at EA. Why would you have Respawn, who does multiplayer game, do the single player game? And then BioWare do the multiplayer game when they're good for single player.
Yeah, especially when BioWare is so familiar with like Star Wars stuff from working on Old Republic, but we'll leave that be. We'll leave that be for now. Yeah. The trailer for this looks really good. If the character that you're seeing on screen looks familiar, then congratulations, you watch Gotham, because the guy that is playing the main character here is the guy that plays the Joker character in Gotham.
Or Shameless.
Yeah, or Shameless. If you watch Shameless, you should be familiar with that too.
I watched Shameless. I haven't watched Gotham.
But anyway, he is the guy. Now, EA has straight out said on EA Star Wars that this is a single player game. There is no DLC and no microtransactions, no loot boxes. Well, there might be microtransactions, but there's no loot boxes. There's no loot boxes. It's EA. Yeah.
It's EA, so take that with a grain of salt.
I liked what I saw of this. This takes place during the heydays of the Empire before Episode 4. So there's a lot of really good story that could be told there.
So it could be somewhere between Rogue One or a little bit before Rogue One.
Oh, no, this is before Rogue One.
Okay, before Rogue One.
Because Rogue One takes place immediately before Episode 4.
Okay, immediately before 4.
There's no in between 4 and Rogue One. Like as soon as the Tantive 4 jumps into hyperspace at the end of Rogue One, it gets pulled out of hyperspace around Tatooine in Episode 4.
All right, with Fallen Order, with them saying there's no microtransactions,
it's EA.
Like I said, it's EA. You got to look into it. Like a lot of their big names tend to have a lot of microtransactions. I think FIFA is one of them.
Yeah, but like considering all the
and that's like an international.
Considering all the heat that came down on them for Battlefront 2, Lucasfilm came down hard on EA, so that's probably a big reason as to why. I do see
Lucasfilm saying, don't fuck us up.
Well,
Sorry,
it's not just Lucasfilm. When Lucasfilm said that, they said, they straight out said, this isn't just Lucasfilm you're talking to. This is all Disney properties. This is Disney coming down on EA.
Yeah, okay, that makes a lot of sense. Don't mess with the mouse. The mouse will come and get you.
Is it an Unreal Engine? It's EA, and they mandate that everything be on Frostbite, so it's on Frostbite, most likely.
Yep.
I guarantee it's not on Unreal Engine. And here's what's really funny. Going back really quick to talking about BioWare, they did do tests. There were a couple of people in BioWare that did tests on Anthem in Unreal, and it worked so much better. So, yeah, EA needs to stop with the mandate that everybody, every studio and every dev studio under their wing use the same frickin'
the same
program.
Formula, basically.
So for me, I'm gonna wait till we also get more gameplay footage. I mean,
there was no gameplay footage. We basically got a trailer. We got a trailer. That's it. And there's only so much you can.
And I think that's all we can really say about it.
I think that's mostly gonna be just like cutscenes. They're not gonna put any actual.
It was a cutscene. It was a cutscene trailer. It was absolutely.
They need to show gameplay. They need to show gameplay to. For me, to make me want it.
Yeah, it's EA. I have very little trust for EA.
Yeah,
very little.
All right, well, going out of Fallen Order, we want to talk about this really quick because we have so much Star Wars stuff, but
Clone
not
Wars
enough
Season
time
7.
To talk it.
Holy shit!
Clone Wars Season 7. Yay! It's the last one.
That's what they say.
No. This is literally okay. Clone Wars Season 7. Here's the thing. Clone Wars Season 7 is literally what happened right before Palpatine got kidnapped, which is what started Episode 3. This is the mission that Anakin and Obi-Wan were on when Palpatine got kidnapped and Episode 3 started. So technically you could say this takes place right before and then possibly a little bit during the beginning of Episode 3. Yeah. This is what we've been waiting for. If you're a fan of Clone Wars, Jesus Christ, you've been wanting this.
I love her.
As much as I love Clone Wars, I'd rather see what Ahsoka is up to post Rebels.
Hang on.
But yeah, I'm all for it.
So wait, apparently going back to one thing, apparently the new Star Wars is on the Unreal.
Is it?
It is.
All right.
Wow.
We'll look into that.
If it's on the Unreal Engine, I have a lot more hope for this game. But yeah, EA's been mandating that it be on Frostbite. Now, if EA's just doing the distribution and they're more hands-off on this, kind of like how they were with Apex Legends, then yes. I'm all for it.
Okay.
Respawn's been pretty good. But all right, so back to I'm excited to see it. I need to catch up on the rest of the seasons. I was sad when it went off air, but I'm glad Netflix took it over.
Same. Yes. I was super excited when I saw that Ahsoka was in Rebels, and if you did not see the fight between Ahsoka and Vader, come on. Watch season 2 of Rebels.
Yes.
Watch it. Not only was it a badass fight, it was just super emotional.
So okay,
we gotta talk about Knights of the Old Republic.
Yeah. Okay, so hold on. I've got to change pictures every time we quick move over.
I think we should just had one Star Wars picture.
Oh no. Actually, that is okay. That's it. Possible KOTOR movie. There's a rumor going around that there could be a movie based off of Knights of the Old Republic. If you remember the old Xbox game, I'm both really excited and really nervous about that. Like, I like the idea. I like the idea of a Knights of the Old Republic game, but at the same time, considering that how everybody played KOTOR could have been drastically different, I don't want a Knights of the Old Republic movie.
My stance on the whole thing is I don't know if we're going to see this anytime soon, especially when Disney has openly said they are looking to take a break after Episode 9, especially with the way how everything's been going with them with Star Wars.
No, they're not taking a break. They're not taking a break if they're doing The Mandalorian and Jedi Fallen Order and Clone Wars.
Well, no. I'm talking about film-wise.
We'll see. We'll see about that. But if they're going to do a KOTOR, they can't do the Revan story, because I think you can't do the same story that the game did and that the game did so well, because you're going to piss off a lot of fans. It has to be outside of that.
Sadly, I'm not, like, after Fallen Order, whether it gets better or flops, I'm just gonna say, please make another Lego Star Wars.
The
That's all I
Mandalorian. The
want.
Mandalorian's
I will take
what
it.
I'm
I
really
will take
interested in.
Lego Star
Okay.
Wars. I don't mind that. I love
Last but not least, the last Star Wars thing we're going to talk about. There is a YouTube video of this guy reacting, and I hope you guys watched the
I know which
reaction
one you're
that I sent.
talking about.
This guy is reacting to episode 9, and he gets very, very emotional, and it's okay. You know, at times I think, yeah, it's not quite the reaction that I had to it. It's a little above, but this guy is getting hated on and disliked and slammed in the comments and called cringy and all sorts of other shit, and I'm just like, that's mean. Okay, currently right now he has 29,000 likes and 18,000 dislikes, and I've seen people posting on Twitter about this guy, like literally there's been a lot of positive, but there's been a lot of negative. The most recent thing was some woman saying she would never date a Star Wars fan because they're all like this one guy, and then immediately a woman coming to the opposite end of that and said, I will only date Star Wars fans. As you can see, someone like this is passionate. You don't want to date somebody who is not passionate? And actually proceeds to give a legit and convincing argument about why it is that as we're pushing the women's movement forward, we need to also start pushing that men are allowed to actually be passionate and have emotions and feeling and care, and like, because these are all important things. And I'm like, yes, I can understand this argument and I can get behind that. But anyway,
Yes.
there's
Sorry,
a
DB,
lot
we
of
did
bullying
just
going
finish.
on for this, and as somebody that grew up in the 80s and the 90s, when pre-internet, when you would get picked on for watching anime and reading manga and being a Star Wars fan, like, it wasn't so mainstream and popular back then. Yeah, being a nerd would get you an ass beating in school. So I grew up in that era. Being a nerd would not get me laid. So I absolutely feel for this dude, and I see where it's coming from. And just essentially, just to kind of cover the base, I'm sorry I'm not really delving into it and asking y'all's opinions on there. We've got a limited time, so yeah. Apologies. But
I put the link in the description, so, or in the chat, so that way you
can see it. So guys, just it all comes down to you do you, boo. You do you, boo. Alrighty.
So, do we want to keep talking about Disney, or can we skip this one?
Let's talk. Let's save it for another time. Let's go to the.
No. Is the Disney Plus app worth it? Is the Disney Plus app gonna be worth getting with all the Star Wars content that's coming to it? Maybe, but I'm kind of I'm on the same fence with this as I am with the DC app. So. Briefly, let's cover the Disney versus Netflix lawsuit real quick.
Okay, so the original lawsuit was actually Disney versus Redbox.
Okay.
That was the original lawsuit. Disney said that they didn't want Redbox to be putting out their movies, and Redbox said, well, we have the right to be able to put out your movies. You have given us permission to, put out your movies on DVDs before to have rented out. What makes this any different? And they said, well, we're going to build our own platform, and we don't want you to be using our stuff. So Redbox got into a lawsuit with Disney. The lawsuit basically said, yes, you may make your own app, but that does not mean that you can kill every other competitor. So, not learning the lesson, they went to Netflix, saying, you can't be putting our stuff because we're about to make our own app. And Netflix said, okay, you want to take us to court for this? How about, we'll take you on. Disney lost that one as well, because the judge on that one said, yes, you may make your app, and you've said you're going to make your app, but until you make your app and all those movies are available there, people have the right to be able to watch them where they want. So they're going to be on Netflix until Disney officially launches their app.
Okay, so we move from all of that back into gaming now.
Yeah, so that's the TLDR version of
so I'm going to speed this up.
Joker smashes Nintendo servers.
Yep, basically. So if anyone tried getting Joker the day of the when he was supposed to be available, holy shit. I didn't get Joker till about 2:00 in the morning the next day, but That's how bad the servers crashed. Nintendo really needs to get their shit together on their own servers, especially since they're charging for them. That is a complaint, but that can be a whole different story for another time.
Is Joker an independent character, or do you get him with the challenge pack 1?
You get him with the challenge pack 1.
So he's not one that you can get separately.
You can get him separately as well.
Oh, okay.
However, cost efficiency, it's better to go with the fighter pass.
Okay.
All right, is that everything?
I think that's really it. If we're going to speed through,
I know nothing about Smash. I mean, it's up to you guys as to how long this takes.
We're trying to rush through this.
We're on number 10. As of the next story, we're number 10 out of the 18 images that I have. So
yeah, let's try to push through them as much as we can. All right.
Because
all right, are we done with Nintendo?
Yeah, I don't have any more because obviously I've been playing Joker. He's really fun. He's already been seeing smashing the competitive scene. Or really stealing the heart.
I changed the image, so we need to move on.
Yeah. Yes. Mark Hamill in Child's Play. Ooh.
Yes. Mark Hamill.
New trailer dropped for Child's Play recently,
yes.
And
I'm very happy.
And I did not think he was going to be doing the Joker voice for that character, so I don't know why the parentheses says no longer doing a Joker voice for this movie.
No, he said that, like, you know, if people expected Joker to come out of Chucky's voice, that they were going to be sorely disappointed.
Oh yeah, that'd be really dumb.
So he says, like, I'm done trying to strain my voice, so I'm going to make a new take on this one. So apparently he went with a more lighthearted tone.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, he's done before. People just don't ever remember that he's done more than just Joker and more than Luke. He's been in a lot of series.
He was in
The Flash. He was in The Flash as
the Trickster.
The
Trickster. Yes.
I loved seeing him just sitting in a chair eating Twizzlers.
Yeah. And it still had that same vibe of Joker, but he made it his own.
Well, I mean, you got to realize he was the Trickster back in the old live-action Flash too, back in the 90s, I think it was. Yeah.
Yeah. So, and then Brad Dourif, who was the original Chucky, gave Hamill his blessing, and
well, no shit.
And Hamill said that he wasn't going to try to imitate that. He was going to try to make it, and he
make it his own. Yeah.
Yeah. So, and I think it's beautiful. It definitely has the spirit of the serial killer, and I'm sad that you won't see Jennifer Tilly in the next ones if they decide to go with the Chucky 2.
I was really surprised. I was really, really surprised that that of all the people that they cast to get the mom, that they cast freaking God, what's her name? God damn it. From Parks and Rec.
Which one?
The one that ended up with Chris's character.
That it's going to be Aubrey Plaza.
Aubrey Plaza, thank you. I knew it started with an A. Aubrey Plaza is playing the mother.
As soon as you said the one that ended up with Chris Pratt, I'm like, that's Daria. That's Aubrey Plaza.
Yeah, Aubrey Plaza is the mom in Child's Play, and I'm like, wait, what? So that kind of threw me off because I don't think of Aubrey Plaza as like a mom.
Now we can also talk about how Chucky or Buddy, the Buddy doll, is no longer going to be just a killer doll. It's going to be a robot. Robot doll.
When Hal infects a doll.
Yeah, which is.
Can you put the knife down, Chucky? I'm sorry, Dave.
Here's the funny thing is that Hamill did actually do the voice of Chucky once more.
Yep.
In Robot Chicken.
Yeah.
And I loved it.
Alrighty.
And I totally forgot about that.
Alrighty. From there, we're gonna move on to Mortal Kombat 11. So, Fel, take this one away.
Oh my goodness! So a lot of stuff. If any of you guys have been watching anything on the Mortal Kombat, they've been pushing hard on the time travel aspect for this game. It is huge, especially when Johnny meets younger Johnny. It's been hilarious seeing those interactions. Obviously, the game isn't out. It is coming out. Actually, I can argue tomorrow at particular places. Since I don't do 9 o'clock, it will be coming out tomorrow for 9 p.m. for me. Have you guys looked at the roster yet or anything?
I just want to see Sonya Blade.
I don't play Mortal Kombat anymore.
She's voiced by
Ronda Rousey.
Yeah. I don't know how to feel about that, especially since this is supposed to continue in the last game's story in a way. It's a little weird to change voice actors almost the next game.
It is, but it just people are all on the Ronda train because she is one of the biggest names right now in the WWE, and it made sense for Combat to try to get in on that whole fighting style.
I would have argued that
they've always been a fighting game. It's just now they're catching up to the fighting meme, basically.
I would have argued that they could have made a new character for her to voice, but that's just my opinion on the whole thing. But am I still going to play as Sonya? No, I'm going to play as Noob. Noob's back. I'm happy. I don't care. I'm going to throw bodies at you.
I think the other thing that really raised Ronda Rousey's popularity was when a lot of people found out that she was like an anime fan and like her big crush was Vegeta.
She appeased the anime fan.
Gotcha. So obviously I will be definitely I'm picking up the premium edition. So what they've confirmed is, and honestly, I'm actually kind of glad I picked up the premium edition, is that the season pass is going to have 6 characters instead of 3 like I thought. Nice. So the roster is going to be, I think, a pretty decent size this time around, and they have confirmed Shang Tsung as the first of the DLCs for this game.
Yeah. So they've got Jade, Aaron Black, Cabal, Kung Lao, obviously Sub-Zero and Scorpio, Baraka, Scorpion, sorry, Raiden, Shao Kahn, Devora, Garrus, Sonya, Scarlet, Kotal Khan, Cassie, Jax, Kano, Johnny, Noob Saibot. Sorry that I messed that up.
No, you're good.
Jackie and Liu Kang, and
that's
they've also announced for other ones. But
yeah, they've also confirmed Aaron Black is returning. He was a fan favorite. They also have returning
I'm just
Devora.
going through the Mortal Kombat page. That's why.
Yeah,
so
no, you're good.
Locked.
It's good. Kotal Khan, Shao Kahn is also going to be back, so that's good. Mm-hmm. I'm a little sad no Melina this time around, but it makes sense because she died in the last one. But time travel, bullshit.
I mean, yeah. Remember
supposedly
Mortal Kombat universe?
Yeah, supposedly Shinnok is possibly going to be a playable character. They also have a new character called the Collector and a new Outer God who basically is the Avatar. Okay. She uses all the elements against people, so it's going to be interesting what she can do. Yeah, I mean, the only thing is I liked Johnny's voice for in 9 and 10. I will agree that them changing the voice actors in this one is a little off-putting. A lot. I'm just reading the chat. You're very quiet, Richie. Do you not like Mortal Kombat then?
No, I don't play Mortal Kombat. I have it for well over a decade.
Yeah,
I have nothing to contribute to this. And honestly, I was happy because it gave me time to go use the restroom.
Okay.
And then, obviously, I will be, like I said, I'll be probably playing this tomorrow night is the plan for myself.
Nice.
So, not really anything else till the actual game comes out.
So we'll move on to the next story, which is the creator of Lupin the Third and Monkey Punch has passed away.
Yeah, no, the guy's name, his moniker.
The guy's name is Monkey Punch. Okay, so the creator of Lupin the Third named Monkey Punch.
Yes.
Or his moniker passed away.
Yeah, his moniker. His
Eva won't smash, Richie won't combat. Like, well, pay me enough.
So you would play Mortal Kombat against me then, Richie?
Not well, but yeah, sure.
Yeah.
I'm not.
So,
I didn't say I was a good player.
yes, Kazuhiko Kato died on the 11th. He was the creator of Lupin the Third, and he died at the age of 81 due to pneumonia. Apparently, it was a very complex level of pneumonia. So, and with that, I'm gonna go back into the spring that we were talking about, because we were talking about this earlier, with Lupin the Third movie coming out, the Mine Fujiko no Uso. I don't know how if they're gonna do some kind of alluding to him, what they're gonna do, because it hasn't come out yet. It's on the movie to be released list. So I don't know how they're gonna address it, or if they're even going to address it, or if they're gonna do a last one, in his honor. So, but yeah, he's. I mean, I'm not a huge fan. Like I can't say I'm not a huge fan because I've never, but I do know about the animation. I think beautiful. I think it's like it definitely reminds me of early 90s anime that I started watching when I was a kid, and I kind of stopped watching it. But Lupin the Third has a really simplistic animation that I like a lot. So yeah, and that's all I got. Oh, and I want to talk about the next one, but
Okay. So are we done with that one already?
yeah.
Wow, that was a lot faster than I was expecting. I thought you had more.
Yeah. No. I went really. I didn't know much about it, but I.
Okay, I was gonna say, I was like, guys, pay attention to what I type in Discord. I was giving you guys a chance. All right, so we're moving on to the story. Assassin's Creed Unity was released free on PC only for. It's still free, as I can understand right now. In response to the fire of the Notre Dame Cathedral. If you don't know about the fire at the cathedral, you have access to the internet. What are you doing?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. News aggregates all over were talking about it. So if you didn't know about it, how do you get Wi-Fi signal under that rock?
Okay. So yes, Ubisoft did put this out when the day after the burning of the cathedral. They said, in light of the devastating fire at Notre Dame de Paris, Ubisoft wants to give all gamers the chance to experience the majesty and beauty of the cathedral through Assassin's Creed Unity on PC. From the 17th until the 25th, your local time, you can download Assassin's Creed PC for free, and then you'll own it forever in your Uplay games library. So if you're a PC player, good news. And they said they ended it with, "We encourage all of you who want to help with the restoration and reconstruction of the cathedral to join Ubisoft and donate." That was the first thing I read on it. Then they went to go on and say that after that, they said with every donation, they were going to give more money to the restoration of the cathedral. Keep in mind, they've already put in $500,000 for the restoration. So every donation gets them, from what I understand, is $25 toward. So you get another 100 people at $25 a piece. That's
Dude, the restoration has more than been funded at this point. That's all I'm saying.
I know, it's been more than funded, but it's just amazing that they decided to do this. And they said they wanted to preserve the historical accuracy of the Notre Dame Cathedral, which I do understand.
I was gonna say they would have preserved the historical accuracy of Assassin's Creed.
Well, I mean, that too.
I'm like, you already failed at that. You already failed at that, Ubisoft.
I'm gonna be playing that on Wednesday during my stream. I'm happy. I'm gonna be playing Assassin's Creed Unity. Hopefully, if I can get a better controller, because mine has been lagging.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, moving on from there. I think that's everything we had to say about that one, right?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Right, and you guys can talk about the next one. Sony
announced some info about PS5, and I'm gonna turn this one mainly over to Fel to talk about because that's your area of expertise.
Oh, alrighty. So the news that Sony released recently on the PS5
tentatively
is
titled
definitely
the PS5.
Yeah,
but we're
no confirmation on everything, and I'm pulling up the article so I don't mishandle everything that I say here. But from what I understand, the system is going to be backwards compatible with the 4. So already that is the step in the right direction for Sony in that aspect, that backwards compatibility was a huge thing the PS4 did not have. And it would have definitely helped out. The other thing is that it's going to also have a solid state instead of a normal hard drive that they've been using for the consoles. So already it's going to run faster. And then they've already done some test footage and stuff that normally that they did a test using the new Spider-Man game, actually, that something that took maybe a minute between the load screens, and this was the normal PlayStation that they used. It was then with the PS5 system, however, it took 10 seconds. Like, the system is going to be impressively powerful.
Because it has a built-in solid state drive, correct?
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. Let's see. They're saying that. What else are they saying? I'm just making sure that it's a solid state, backwards compatibility. They didn't go to how much in. They just basically said it's going to be a solid state. The backwards compatibility is a huge thing. They didn't go into any of the other specs as. I think no, not really. Nothing really major.
Yeah, like we said, it was kind of just tentative news. Like, it was just, they talked a little bit about it, but it was enough that it got trending. So it was enough that in nerd news we should talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not.
I mean, overall, do I think this is good that they announced something?
Yes, absolutely.
I don't think it's coming out later this year though, and I don't. To be honest, at the earliest, I will be honest, just working in the
fall of 2020 is
fall of 2020, or I would even say spring of 2021.
Well, I'm thinking that Sony probably wants to hit that Christmas rush.
They will try hitting the Christmas rush, but we'll wait. See, the only issue is
the way that things are looking and the way that things are being talked about. It sounds like Destiny 3 would get released as a PS5 release.
Yeah,
or
but
at least a PS4, PS5 release.
Yeah, so that's going to be
I'm putting it around August, September of 2020.
Okay.
Yeah.
So speaking of shopping, that leads me to kind of the next segment, because this is a little bit of an.
That's not the next segment.
No.
It is. Oh no, you're right. You're right.
I gotta talk about.
Oh yeah, which I don't know how to feel about that.
You were so concerned about segues.
I know. It's also like I've had it's been an interesting day for me.
All right. So, Eva, you want to take it away talking about Reese?
Yes. So everybody's pretty much seen the Borderlands trailer by now. And
Borderlands 3 trailer, yes.
Borderlands 3 trailer, yeah.
Now, keep in mind that at this point in time, I have not played the Tales from Borderlands.
Okay. Yeah, it's a great story,
sure.
And I would highly recommend you play it.
I'm going to play it. I'm going to play it after we finish our Borderlands streams. We got Borderlands 1, pre-sequel, and 2 to do. Provided that everybody shows up.
So, during PAX East, Gearbox panel was going on, and Troy Baker, who's the voice of Reese for Tales from the Borderlands, was asked by someone in the audience, "We saw that Reese is coming back. Are you voicing him?" And he was very sad that he said no. Yeah, so he was very sad, and then he got mad. He said, "I really want Gearbox to know that if they're going to bring back characters from the Telltale Borderlands, it should be the people that originated the characters." So he was a little miffed about that. But I feel
the same way. I feel the same way about the fact that Matt Mercer was not Leon in the RE2 remake.
Yeah.
I
get that.
From what I understand, they went with non-unionized voice actors.
Yes. So
and that might be what happened here. I don't know.
I don't know. I mean, you see Reese there. You don't know if What is her name? I forget. I'm gonna blank out.
It's okay.
Fiona, who is voiced by Laura Bailey.
Uh-huh.
I don't know if she's gonna be back.
Yeah, and that sucks too because Laura's really,
Because
really good as well.
if Laura Bailey doesn't come back, I'm gonna be very, very sad. I mean, if Fiona's not there at all, that's fine. But if Fiona's there and she's not voiced by, is she voiced by Laura Bailey? They haven't confirmed. So I mean, if it's not Laura Bailey, I'm gonna be very disappointed on that too.
Gotcha.
But yeah, I would be mad if I was Troy Baker, just because he said that he loved it.
Mm-hmm.
But he wished he could have done it, but he didn't. He said that they didn't even contact him for that.
Wow.
So yeah, it's weird to not know. It's insulting to know that your character's gonna be there, but you're not reprising the role.
Alrighty. So moving on to our next topic, keeping things going with gaming. Phil, I believe you had some GameStop stuff to talk about.
So yeah, so
No
GameStop
way, the
is
GameStop
about.
employee has some GameStop stuff.
Oh, I know, right? So
You're at the
GameStop
end,
is about.
Rampanada. You're at the end.
I know. So
Pretty late.
So truth be told is, GameStop is about to hit the end of its first quarter.
Yep,
So
yep.
GameStop is actually pulling out all the stops and everything. And one of the things is actually involved with the new game Days Gone, that they're testing a new return policy. Is that actually on screen or anything?
No,
it's not.
just the GameStop logo.
Okay. So GameStop is doing a guaranteed new return. It's a test in a way. If this works out well, honestly, I think it should personally stay, but that's a different story. That it's called Guaranteed Love It. Basically, you can buy when you pick up Days Gone for launch day, you have 48 hours to try it. And if you do not like it, or let's say you beat it within 48 hours, you can return it and get $59.99 in-store credit for it.
Okay.
So it's not going to be the cash that you paid for, but that's still a decent amount of money, especially if you are a huge gamer. Now, do I see people taking advantage of the situation? Oh, yes. I can see people rushing.
I do it in a heartbeat.
Oh, yeah. I mean, personally, this would solve a lot of issues people had with Fallout 76, Anthem, and all that.
Oh, yeah.
Personally. So do I think this is a good policy? I absolutely think so. The other policy will still be in place, probably, that after you have 30 days to return it, blah, blah, blah. But this as a test for Days Gone is probably, I really do hope that we actually do this more often.
Okay, so as a GameStop employee, what do you think more? Do you think that they should implement this for all the games, or should it be just a, buy it or love it for up to a week? Or would you do 48 hours a week, or do the 30 days like you normally do?
Personally, 48 hours is fine because you know within the first 24 hours if you're going to love a game or not.
Okay.
Personally, the second you put it in, you should know if you love it or not.
I also think this only should affect big AAA titles.
And I
think this should affect all titles, not just
No,
AAA.
because a lot of independent games don't even release at that price range.
That's true.
If it's going to be AAA titles, my personal opinion should be this should be as soon as you pick up the brand new game. Doesn't matter if it's the launch or not. But usually after, I would say this promotion, this should be the thing whenever a game launches, that it should run for at least the first week, if you want my honest opinion. That you should know within a week if you love this title or not, but you have only the 48 hours to beat it or return it to get in-store credit.
Okay.
Now, because obviously I still people seeing taking, again, and then our normal return policy is obviously with the pre-owned, you have 7 days to return it for the full refund. Because obviously we control the pre-owned prices. A lot of the money that is determined by new games is by the company. What we're trying to do by doing this is also get pre-owned games in faster so we can make a profit as well. I'm going to state the truth on that.
Oh no, that's definitely great.
So, and my opinion is, I think this should not be just. It should be for all AAA, like Richie said, that it is a guaranteed. But I don't think it should happen after a month after the game, because you can look at reviews and know, oh, this game's really bad, I'm not going to pick it up.
Okay.
I think the promotion should last a week. That if you pick it up the week of the game's launch, just because a lot of people do pick up the game then. Some people wait after to see the reviews, and that's usually the best time to pick up a game afterwards. Unless you're a diehard fan of the game series, but different story. Actually, from your guys' perspective, what do you think?
I do agree. 48 hours is a good return policy. If you don't love a game, should be able to return it.
I don't think it's going to work that way for RPGs.
I think it would work great for AAA if you're doing like physical copies. Now, how does this affect digital copies?
Does GameStop
digital is not a we do digital, but however, and just to be clear, this is all retailers, and I'm sure that you know this as well.
Yeah.
We cannot sell digital copies of PlayStation games anymore. All retailers no longer are able to sell digital copies for PlayStation games.
I know that Microsoft still has this. That's
I know
that.
Microsoft's doing a different thing, and I do know there's something in the works about that, but I'm gonna wait till that gets more cleared up before I actually even talk about that.
Gotcha.
However, to answer the questions, yes, this is a podcast. Yes, guys, we're almost
about to hit the last story.
Yeah.
Welcome to Anime and Stuff, your nerdy news center for the Nerdy News Center for Fat Dog Studios. Because we talk about all this nerdy shit all the time, and we just figured, why not make a show out of it?
Yeah. So, I mean, what is Best Buy's policy on new games? I'm actually curious, since...
I don't really work with the sales floor that much. I work in the Geek Squad section, so I really don't know much about that. Okay, yes, I am a geek.
Okay, so...
That's not what makes me laugh. That is not what makes me laugh.
Okay. But as far as I've seen, I haven't seen many digital returns. There was one situation where there was a miscommunication of someone wanting one platform and getting a different one. And that was a quick interchange because they brought it without, the code being scratched. That's pretty easy. But once the code is scratched, our return policy is we can't do much with a card for a game.
Okay. I know for a digital for us is this, we make sure if this is the correct product for you. If you do not, if there's a problem with a card, you need to contact whoever distributed the card to us, because we're not... because we can activate it for you, but we're not in charge of making the code for you.
Yeah.
So.
Ours usually is just the activation code with it. So it just depends. I mean, every situation is different, and you know this as well as I do, that every situation is going to be a little bit different than the last one, and not all retailers are going to be the same. I know that with Best Buy so far, we really haven't had that many issues on returning because people don't tend to return digital codes. But I do see physical copies being returned a lot.
Digital, same thing with digital for us. I don't see that issue. There's always physical. I mean, if you look at the return policies before this, you will see some people overreacting at the return policies on so much stuff.
Yeah.
It is ridiculous.
Oh, no. Especially when you have 14-day return policy and you come back on the 15th day and want an exception. That's all too common for me.
Oh, yes. So, this will lead me to, I think, our last topic now, since we can go in circles about GameStop. But Sony's censorship on top of the RSB censorship.
Okay,
the ESRB. The
ESRB.
ESRB, sorry. I always blah, blah, blah.
You always blah, blah, blah?
I always mess that up for some reason, so.
I don't go blah, blah, blah.
Blah, 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 blah. Vampire.
I have never once said blah blah blah.
Blah 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 blah.
So
anyway, yeah, continue.
Moving on. Do you guys know about the whole issue?
Not until 2 minutes ago.
No.
Really?
When
All
I
right.
read the article.
A lot of developers recently have been coming out that Sony has been requiring them to add another layer of censorship, or else they cannot do their product on, or they won't launch it on the PlayStation Store. One of the most recent examples is the new Devil May Cry 5 game, that a scene with Trish is completely censored. Like, there's supposed to be a scene that you see her ass for a few seconds. But in the PlayStation version, there's a beam of fucking light covering it. But however, if you watch the Japanese or play on the Xbox or PC version, there's no such light.
Oh.
Now, it's also been stated by other developers that it's been pushing more and more on them as well. Like there was one of those dating sims that was supposed to launch, but it got censored to death because of what Sony was already putting in place of the other restrictions. And it actually has been pushing a lot of other developers away from Sony because Sony's asking for another level of stuff.
So games with sexy content gonna be moving away from Sony, possibly.
Or
Well,
even...
It's not like you're gonna see Honey Pop or anything like that. It's just...
Which, by the
some
way,
games.
fun game, and still kind of weird that I know 2 of the voice actors now.
I see no issues.
I'm like,
with that.
I've done digital things to you.
I've done digital things to you.
I'm not okay with
Oh
this.
my
I feel really awkward meeting you. You're such a nice
my
person. I know what sounds you have made in a booth, and this is weird now. It's making it weird. It's too late, Gohan. It's weird now.
So
there we go.
I mean,
I was gonna say it's not a proper Fat Dog stream at all, whether it's a podcast or not, if we haven't made one fucking DBZA reference.
Yeah, and that is true. And it is affecting a lot of the other anime games, like you know, the hot tub scene in like One Piece and stuff. That was completely removed for One World in the US. It's removing.
Was that PS4 only?
Yeah. No, it was both Xbox and PlayStation. But for some reason, Bandai, because of the censorship of Sony, removed it in both versions of the game. But you can play it in the Japanese.
Why are Americans such prudes about this shit?
Yet we have games yet we allow violence. Like, the fuck? Like, I'm glad they didn't take out the gore and the blood.
Our children can't be exposed to sex. Fuck you. They need to learn about that shit sooner.
Look, hey, I mean, we can talk about the public education system all we want, but kids are going to get exposed to cursing at home.
My particular
sex by the time they're 4. They
have access to the internet. It's too late, people.
They have access to the internet.
Yeah. Game over, and man. Game over.
Unless you have like ultra super explicit, controls on your kid's phone, you're not gonna be able to avoid it.
It's as simple as this. Stop trying to protect them from the world. The more you try to protect them from the world, the less prepared they're gonna be when they hit adulthood.
Oh, I love this.
Don't protect them from the world. Prepare them for the world.
Yes.
So.
Okay, I do love what Carl put. We interrupt Sony's blatant censorship to bring you Family Guy's PTV episode where the FC entered real life.
No, that's essentially what Sony's doing.
I'm just saying. Like, if we had less preaching about abstinence and sex is evil and more actual sex education, there'd be a lot less teen pregnancy and there'd be a hell of a lot less STDs. Just saying.
Yeah, but that's something for later on. That's a whole.
So the other
parent podcast we can do, and
so
we talk
that
about
also
bananas
brings
later.
So that also, tune in later when we bring you the sexy time anime and stuff.
So this also brings
hentai corner full of tentacles.
No, that's on my Discord. I'm not gonna put that. The not safe for work is now the hentai corner.
The not safe for work is now the hentai corner.
All right, I would also say that I'm also worried for games like Cyberpunk 2020.
Yes.
I'm getting that on Xbox now because of that. I'm getting that on Xbox. I'm gonna have to. I have Xbone. Yeah.
Now, nothing's been confirmed if they will do it to it, but if Sony is placing this limitation on...
Is Cyberpunk 2020 single player, or can it be multiplayer?
As far as I know, I believe it is going to be single player.
We will find out more this E3.
Yeah!
That's what we should do. That's what we should do if we can pull it off. We should do a live E3 viewing.
Oh my God.
I'll do it with you guys if you want. Yeah.
All right. Well, actually, that brings up the question. Now, with Sony, so my other concern with Sony this year, just working at GameStop, is the only exclusive title that I can sell guests is Days Gone this year.
Jesus.
I don't know what else is coming out this year for Sony that isn't an exclusive. Does anyone else know?
Okay, hold on.
All right, so my other thing, the only real Sony exclusive that's coming out that I give a shit about is The Last of Us 2, and it doesn't look like we're getting that anytime soon.
Yeah, no, there's
no. Other than Days Gone, I mean,
and I don't give a shit about Days Gone. To be fair, I don't. Give a shit about
isn't Catherine Ball Full Body also going to be on the Xbox?
No, it's a PS4 exclusive.
Huh.
I wouldn't be surprised if it get released for the PC eventually.
Yeah.
They did it for the other Catherines.
I mean, God Eater 3 is coming out for PC and PS4.
Yeah, but that's still PC.
So, yeah.
So, yeah, it's PC.
There's Left Alive as well.
But
I'm sorry, what is that?
I'm going through the Left Alive. It's another.
No, I'm saying, what is that? Like, who cares?
Stealth action survival game.
Exactly. So what is that? Who cares?
Yeah.
Like, we've heard nothing about that, which is what I'm throwing at.
Shenmue 3.
No.
I think that was confirmed for Xbox as well, because...
No, it's set for a release in August. I don't... And then... Yeah, everything else is PC and PS4.
See?
So.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, nothing's really going to be an exclusive. Now, I really do hope... Like, did any of you guys see the Sony Nintendo Direct that they tried doing?
Yeah, that was terrible, and I laughed so hard.
I did not see the Sony Nintendo Direct.
It's okay. I caught the highlights, and boy, did it make my day.
It was bad.
Remember just a couple of years ago when Sony could do no wrong?
Oh, they've been doing the... See, I thought their E3 show last year was shit.
It was. It was absolutely.
Okay. Gee,
they couldn't even sell me on Spider-Man. I had to wait till it came out and hear from other people that, oh my god, I should play Spider-Man on PS4. And I'm like, okay. Yeah. And then I played it and I was like, shit, this is so good.
Okay, I do love Spider-Man. Yeah. I will admit, but I've actually stolen Yomi's PlayStation before just to play that.
Here's the thing.
But
isn't PS4 isn't that Spider-Man property also coming on PC soon?
No, there's been a rumor that I've been hearing that supposedly Horizon Zero Dawn is going to be hitting PC later this year.
If Horizon Zero Dawn does come to PC, I will play that.
That is such a good game.
Play that.
That is such a good game. I hate that it's a PS4 exclusive.
And Spider-Man's not coming to PC either. Yeah, see, okay. I've got a source right here. So.
I love Spider-Man on PS4. Absolutely love it.
I love it on PS4 too. And if I got a PlayStation 4 of my own, that would be the first game that I'd play.
Speaking of PS4 stuff that I'll be playing, I'm just gonna promote this real quick. Yes, guys, I'm gonna get this out of the way. No, I am no longer streaming content. Like, I personally am no longer streaming content on Fat Dog Studios. Don't ask me about it. It's nothing major went down. There's no bad blood between me and anyone on Fat Dog. I'm just stepping down. I'm just not doing...
He's just a part of my show.
I'm still gonna be on What the Fell. I'm still gonna be on the next Fan Friday, but the next Fan Friday will be my last Fan Friday. And I'll still be on the Borderlands streams on Saturday, but I am not going to be hosting any streams or streaming any gaming content of my own on Fat Dog Studios. If you want to check me out, I'll be starting back up on gaming streams whenever I feel like it on my channel. But I'll probably I'll be either continuing Tales of Systeria or I'll be starting back up on Kingdom Hearts 3. So that's what's going on. Would I bring back Broken Sexy Mike? No. And as it turns out, it wasn't Broken Sexy Mike. It was Broken Stupid Computer.
Yep.
Yeah, as it turned out, it had nothing to do with my mic. It had everything to do with my computer.
I don't think there's anything else to really do right now.
Also, that microphone is over at my brother's house, who's like an hour and a half away. So no.
Okay, since we've gone through everything, now let's get to the really important issue of tonight.
Pants
Thigh
or
highs.
not pants?
Thigh highs.
Are we really ending on pants?
We're ending on thigh highs. Okay, no, we already started with pants. We have to end on thigh highs.
No, back
we have to talk
pants.
about fishnet stockings,
Hashtag
thigh
what
highs.
is pants? Hashtag what is pants?
No,
Hey,
actually, here's what's gonna happen. We're going to have we're gonna end with the audience. We're gonna end with actually going back and forth with the chat. So we want to hear your thoughts and opinions on all the stories that we talked about tonight. If you didn't catch all of them, don't worry. It's gonna be up here, and as Eva has just told me, we'll be having a thing up on SoundCloud soon as well. So yeah. There's that.
Yay!
Even her thigh highs. Have you seen
so
thigh highs? Thick thighs save lives, and thigh highs are my device.
Thigh highs are your device.
Yeah.
So we'll start with any questions at all, guys?
So if you guys do want to ask us some questions for next time,
we're no. We're not taking any requests in the chat for what we should talk about on the next show. Okay.
No, it's just stuff that I want to see.
Okay, it's not in the comments. We're going to I'm going to see if we can get a thing up really soon on the Fat Dog channel for that specifically. If we can get that going on, if we can get something in the Discord, just join the Discord, guys. Links in the description. And I know it's kind of a ways down there now that we've posted a shit ton of stuff, but yes, guys. All of the stuff that we talked about, links are in the description for all 23 of the topics we covered. I don't know if we should do 23.
Never again.
Well, no, we might have to if this stays monthly. But guys, let us know if you like this by hitting that thumbs up button and leaving comments, not just in the live chat, but after the show has been live. Leave us comments letting us know what you thought about this. And I'm saying this not just to the people who are here live, which thank you for coming by and being live, but I'm saying this to all the people that may potentially check this out later. Did you have fun listening to this? Are you having a good time with this? Perhaps you can this might just be a thing that you can just put on and plug your phone into your car on your way to work and just listen in on. So yes, it's a podcast format. You don't really have to see what we're talking about. It's all audio. That's the reason why I'm not doing screen share. I want this to be something you can just listen to on your way to work if you need to. I demand Richie wear a kilt. Well, you can demand all fucking day, no. But the answer is no. Okay, can you guys talk about Log Horizon? No.
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 No. And we'll have a promo telling you exactly why very soon.
Yeah.
That'll actually be out
we were gonna do a promo before this, and we were like, we don't have time. So we're gonna put up a promo. We're gonna put up a promo probably in about a week or two, and get that up for you guys. We'll have to figure out. We can't. The promo is now unfinished because we don't have a new date. So I'm like, oh shit, we have to figure out when the next one's gonna be. But that a lot of that is not dependent on us. That's dependent on you. We need to see. If we want to do this twice a month or once a month is all dependent on the audience, and the best way to let us know that you want more of this and a lot more of this is in the comments, and definitely that like button. So smash the shit out of that like button. Alrighty.
Yeah.
Any other questions from the audience that we can chat with? Because I essentially want this to be like the back and forth with the audience, guys.
Yeah. I mean, is there a different promo from the one uploaded on? Oh, they're asking about the Log Horizon promo.
There's no Log Horizon promo. No, there is no Log Horizon promo. We do a preview, but not a promo. And that preview is actually a scene from episode 6. I can't tell you. Right. I can't tell you anything about what's going on with Log Horizon Abridged episode 6 because I'm not allowed to.
Okay. So the next one, can you guys recommend
right now?
Can you guys recommend any anime for us to watch before you go?
Fruit Basket 2019.
Whoa.
Why is
okay.
it the Shield
Both of you
Hero?
spoke at this.
He says
Both of
Shield
you said-
Hero. Shield Hero is nowhere near as good as Fruits Basket. Fruits Basket.
Okay.
Check out Fruits Basket.
If you like some older anime, I would recommend Bakano. If you want some newer one, 91 Days.
If you want to check out older anime, I suggest the original 2001 Fruits Basket.
Okay. Oh, another one.
It's both old
another
school
two-
anime and new school anime. I can get away with both.
And if you're not a big,
No. If you want to talk about
fan,
old
you
school
want-
anime real quick, guys,
Okay.
Ranma 1/2 just turned 30.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So highly recommend Ranma 1/2. Rumiko,
Okay.
the second series by Rumiko Takahashi, before she did Inuyasha, and unlike Inuyasha, this one doesn't get lame as it continues. It's just fun. Wait, yes, there's a new Fruits Basket. It's the first 3 episodes are even dubbed on Funimation because Funimation is putting out the dubs the same day that the subs go out in Japan.
Yes, and if you are not a big fan of animation, but you like Sentai works, Batum and Gate.
Batum's
another
alright,
one-
Gate is better.
Yeah,
another
one
I'm
that-
just saying,
recommend Gate.
Okay.
I gave both Funimation and Sentai.
Record of Lotus War, if you're into D&D, yes, because the story for Record of Lotus War came from an actual D&D game. Like, literally, the D&D game that they've been playing, the DM basically transcribed and turned into an anime. That is Record of Lotus War. Go watch that shit. It's so good. Okay. No, Carl, you missed it. We talked about Avengers Endgame.
Okay, so
We talked
a
about
question-
prep and some other stuff. Yeah.
Like,
Thank you,
if
Rognick.
you guys want to go through after the stream,
Yeah.
we'll eventually do links on what time codes.
No, not
If-
Lotus
if I-
War. Rambanada. Look up in the chat. Lodos War. LODOSS.
Yeah.
So, the other question was, will there be any gaming streams from Fel and or Eva? Yes, I will be doing What the Fel on Wednesdays at the same time Eva's doing her streams, unless her and I have a crossover or something. I don't know.
Yes.
What the fell with Eva? Okay, I just need to point this out. I need to point this out real quickly. Eva is just a nasty, just PC only gamer right now.
Yes,
We
I
gotta
am.
fix this. We gotta fix this. for you.
Here's the thing.
Also, to all you PC Master Race people, I just want to say welcome to the family. Now that you have Epic versus Steam, now you know what it feels like. Fuck all.
What
of
the
you. You
Eva
belong
with
to the
Fel?
Master
No,
Race.
no.
Okay, so here's what I gotta say.
What the Eva with
yes,
Fel? No, that's not how that works.
No, the evil fell.
The evil fell.
Yeah, EVAL.
Or how about
Evil
when
fell.
Eva fell?
Oh no, that sounds nasty.
No, when Eva fell.
Yeah, that still sounds bad.
No, it doesn't sound nearly as bad as the other. Like,
Okay.
Okay,
So-
it makes more
apparently-
sense. It's like when the angel fell, when Eva fell. You know?
Yeah.
All
When
right,
evil
hang on.
fell. When
I
evil
do have
fell.
my-
Yeah, I like that.
I do have to talk about why I only play PC, and that's because I have no capture card, because otherwise I would be playing on my Xbox. I do not have a PS4, And
Xbox
that
what?
I don't-
Xbox what?
Xbox One.
Oh, she has Xbox One. She can play with us.
Yeah.
When we
you
get to
know
Halo
you-
3, she could totally play with us.
Oh my God.
Oh God, no.
Yes.
Yes.
The Master Chief
Yes.
Collection. Yes.
I am gonna try to get a capture card sometime in the future. Not
Shit,
right
we'll
now.
help,
Right
we'll
now.
help raise money
Right now,
for that.
I am raising funds for
What
a
the
new
Fel
place.
donation
I've
for
got
Eva to
only
get a
about
capture card.
I've got about 15 days to look for a new place, so I'm trying to.
So
raise-
before we do Carson getting Destiny, we need to make What the Fell's donation for Eva to get a capture card.
Yes.
Uh,
Xbone, not the first Xbox.
Yeah, Xbone.
Xbox.
I
One.
have a 360 also.
So what we're looking at is she needs to get a Delgado. Elgato.
Yeah,
I'm
Elgato.
thinking, I don't have an Elgato.
So she needs a Del Taco. She needs a Del Taco.
Oh, not a Del Taco. I hate those things. Ugh.
All right. So what was the other
I
question?
just want
There
a
was
fucking
one-
taco. Now I want Taco Bell. God damn it!
That sounds good.
It's
But
Sunday. It's my cheat
we-
day. I want to do this.
we talked about Endgame, blah, blah, blah. Any more questions, guys?
Questions
Apparently, they wanted to also call What the Diva.
with the diva.
If I'm playing Overwatch, then yes.
Yes, Richie, Eva, and Fel. Absolutely, I'm all for it. Halo 3 is the best. That's an opinion that you have.
I like Reach.
I like ODST.
They are the refs. I personally think Halo 2 is the best, but I mean,
See, everybody has.
Story-wise, I think that 3 is probably the best, but like
3 is a great
as far as like just overall general fun, my favorite will always be Halo 2.
I thought game mechanics wise Reach was
Why would I ever want Taco Bell? Because I hate and love myself.
Ugh.
Yeah.
No.
But
Look, because I am a fan of honest, upfront advertising. A Taco Bell burrito looks exactly like a clogged artery.
True, but
you know what you're getting.
People who say Taco Bell is Mexican, no, that's
no,
American.
it's Tex-Mex.
No. There is no definition of that is Tex-Mex. It is American food. It is literally
I'm not sure
classified
how.
as American.
I am not sure how it got voted as the #1 Mexican place. And I live in fucking Arizona.
It's not a Mexican place. It's not a Mexican place.
It's not Mexican. It's not.
It is
Mexican.
Goddamn stupid white people.
Yes.
Yes, I can say that. I'm fucking Mexican. Taco Bell is not Mexican.
I can say that because I'm a smart white person.
Okay,
yes, I'm with Richie.
That's the one that we missed. From D, if you don't mind, I was seen McFarlane's series, The Orville, and what are your thoughts?
I have not seen it. I have not seen it.
I have not seen it. I heard the first season was a little bit rough. The second
I've been told that multiple times by my brother, who is a giant Trekkie, that I need to watch The Orville and that it's really good.
I heard the first season's rough. I heard the first season's rough, but it gets better.
Well, yeah, guys, we got 4 more minutes because I want to end this neatly at 7 o'clock. So,
well, I mean,
right at a 3-hour limit.
So let's get back to the reason that we're all here. What counts as pants and what doesn't count as pants?
Oh my God, we're actually going to continue this conversation.
We're going to continue this conversation next.
Next, we're essentially going to start off with pants are optional.
I swear I'm going to actually make.
No, but seriously, guys.
The week before.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Anime and Stuff, where pants are optional.
Can you
pants are not optional.
What?
Pants are
how about you guys?
Tell you what.
You guys should start a donation stream. For example, if you guys need $500 in the stream, then you reveal the exact schedule.
We cannot promise that.
I can't do that. No. We cannot, Carl. We cannot do that at all. No, because every time we set a date, we miss it. So no.
Like
the Orville is pretty good.
Like if you do want to donate,
if you like the next generation, then try and look past their attempts at humor. Okay, gotcha. Okay. Skirt is superior.
I will put the skirt in the thigh highs category.
I can't wear a skirt.
You can wear a kilt. You can wear a kilt.
I can't pull it off. I can't pull it off.
Yes, you can.
If you guys go to my stream, on YouTube, I actually did a Doki Doki stream in a schoolgirl outfit with skirt.
That's what we'll do. Okay, if we raise the money for Eva to get an Elgato, if we raise the money for that,
first I gotta get my house before I get an Elgato.
No, this is that's for your streams, not for ours.
For your
yeah,
this is for what
you don't get to tell us what we do and don't do.
Those are manly skirts, yes, and
they are. I just can't pull them off.
Yes, you can.
No, believe. Honey, I can rock a dress. Don't you even worry about that. I can rock a dress.
See, I if anyone wants me to get a kilt, I will wear a fucking
kilt. I cannot do, but I'll rock a fucking dress. I'll tell you what. That's what. There is a formal ball at Eva. We will get you. You get the suit. I'll wear the dress. Let's do this.
No. How about this? I wear the skirt and the thigh highs. Richie, you have to wear the kilt, and Fel, you get to wear the pants.
No.
Yes.
No.
I am cross-dressing. Damn it! You can't talk me out of this.
Hold on. No. Wait. How about Fel? You don't get to wear the pants. You have to wear the dress.
I want the kilt. No. I want the kilt.
No,
Richie gets the dress. I get the kilt.
I get the dress. God damn it!
I'm with Richie. He gets the dress. I get the kilt.
Richie, I can pull them off. Yeah, I can. I prefer the cross dressings. See, I'm making everybody's day right now.
I will wear. Okay, if I will still wear the skirt because one, I love skirts. And two, I got a schoolgirl outfit. I gotta look good for Ava.
Do not fuck with my sense of humor, honey. I will rock a dress with a fucking afro wig. I want big ass hoop earrings.
I will dress up as Monica from Doki Doki.
And to make it even better,
Or
I'll
you're-
wear fucking sneakers under that dress.
Okay.
You said sneakers in your dress, remember?
Okay, so pants have left the building.
Pants have left the building. Yes, they have. They were never here to begin with. Don't
So
you
wear a
lie.
kilt. I can't wear a kilt. Honestly, I cannot wear a kilt because
I'm not
everybody
allowed
else
to wear a kilt. I am not allowed to wear a kilt. Here's the thing. I am Scotch-Irish. I embrace my Scottish heritage. I will not wear anything under my kilt. So
I'm Scottish-Irish, but damn it,
Are you guys planning to have a
actually,
panel at anime conventions like Anime Expo? Yes, we have already been approved for a panel at Anime Week in Atlanta, which is the con that apparently a shit ton of us are going to now. A lot of fat dogs are trying to go to. You'll hear more about that later. You'll hear more about that later, but we've secured our hotel, and we've got at least one panel approved already, possibly more.
The hotel's already been paid for?
Yeah, the hotel rooms have been paid for.
Okay.
We'll talk about it after.
We'll talk about it after.
I wasn't sure about that.
It's 7 o'clock.
Okay.
It is time for your local news.
Okay. All right, so let's say our closing.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is the closing. I'm Richie Roberts. I'm here with
I'm
Fel.
Fel.
Yep, there we go.
Hi.
And LatinFireVA, aka Eva.
Yep.
Princess
Check us
Eva!
out. Yeah, check me and Fel out on Wednesday for What the Fel, and Wednesday Night Gaming for me on Twitch.
Check me
Also,
out.
if you do want to
check me out possibly on Tuesday for more streaming on my channel, like Zoinks Gaming. Make sure to come over to my YouTube channel. I'm probably done
Also,
with
if you
Twitch.
do want to follow us on social media, I do have a Twitter at FelTheVA.
If you haven't found my Twitter, well, good. I've been hiding it. So
Good.
later, guys. Yes, so we're in
Later.
CST. Later, Gators. Let me. Oh, hang on. Nope, we're not laters. Now we're laters.
Yay!
Now we're laters. They can still hear us, but now we're laters.
Okay.